Good evening, Daryl Henry. This is our sound check. Let me know how it sounds. Daryl Henry, the man of many talents, running sound in the studio while also calling a Revs game. We sound great. Perfect.
Your home for local sports is Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. Welcome to Sports Radio 1350's High School Football Game of the Week, presented by WellSpan Sports Medicine, the official healthcare and sports medicine provider of the York Revolution.
Fullback gives it to the left side. Nice here. Smith pushes through the defense, and it's a touchdown, Wildcats.
High school football plays here on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports, and bringing you the best of the York Adams League every Friday night.
He takes the snap, drops, pump fakes, fires downfield, caught, touchdown!
Now, let's head out to the action for the Game of the Week, presented by WellSpan Sports Medicine, right here on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK, York.
Good evening and welcome to Week 4 of York Adams League High School Football on WOYK 1350 and the new YouTube channel WOYK Preps. I'm Gareth Hissong, joined by my partner Brett Petrak, and we are live here from Central York. Boy, do we have a dandy for you as the 3-0 Central York Panthers play host to the 2-1 Red Lion Lions. And to talk a little bit more about those records, coming into this game, undefeated Panthers, first game 38-14 over West York. Then they go against Cumberland Valley, win that one at home 31-14. That was a good test. And they have a thrilling come-from-behind victory against Hempfield last week. Red Lions started out their year 35-12, beating McCaskey. Then they go to Waynesboro and win 48-14. Last week, have a heartbreaking loss, 28-19 at Chambersburg. And this is a great rivalry to open up division play. You look at the last couple years of this matchup, and last season, Central won 24-21. 2016, Red Lion took the cake, winning 28-18. Brett, this rivalry, this game, this should be an exciting matchup.
Absolutely, and we may have not seen two teams be better prepared now with their guys, finally becoming seniors like Cade Perbula and Eli Workinger. I mean, this is going to be a lot of fun. I'm really excited for this. Last year was, a thriller, just like last week was for the Central York Panthers. Cade Perbula and company came back from 2 touchdowns down. I mean, you can't ever count that kid out of this team out. So, I mean, we're in for a real thriller. And, Coach Shea, he had to endure the loss last week, but he's a coach that really knows how to scheme coming off a loss, and that makes this team all the more dangerous and this matchup all the more fun.
And a little bit more with that Hempfield win, great to be tested like that early on in the season and to come out on top. And you see the leader at quarterback, Cade Perbula, the senior. Now, he has some younger playmakers. One would be his brother, Bo Perbula, and it's great to see those younger guys come on and make plays and help these older guys win those kind of matchups.
Yeah, and we talked about it a little bit week 1 when we were here covering Central versus West York. They lost both their starting receivers last year, and they didn't know, who was going to take the roles and see if they could make that up too. But you look at it now, and their receiving core is as good as ever. You got Taylor Wright-Rawls, number 11. He's got 9 catches, 303 yards on the year. You have Zaire Cornelius, 13 catches, 130 yards, respectively. Those two are first and second in the league in receiving. You also have Cade Perbula obviously leading the league, being the league's top quarterback too. So, I mean, this offense, it may not be as dynamic. It's probably more dynamic than last year, and a lot of that's just with guys coming up and maturing and really learning from the guys that left this team, and really Perbula becoming a senior. You also look at the defense now for the Red Lion Lions. I mean, they're pretty tough. They're as good as they get too. You have Elijah Workinger right in the middle of the field, 6'5", 250. He's really the play caller there, and real size that we'll get into a little bit when we break down the starting lineups. But it's going to be a real fun one. It's going to be a tough-fought game, and I think this is going to be the toughest match. And no discredit to Cumberland Valley or Hempfield, but this is probably going to be the toughest match that Central York has faced thus far.
And that's going to be the main matchup tonight, is the explosive offense of the Panthers and what can that defense from Red Lion do. Should be an exciting matchup that we have for you here on the High School Football Game of the Week, presented by WellSpan Sports Medicine. You're listening now to the Flying Feet pregame show. We're going to take a break, and we'll be back with our coaches' interviews.
We were with you when you were struggling with the challenges of being a young athlete, before the challenges of keeping fit while working 9 to 5, and long before Pilates and Zumba were even a thing.
Flying Feet.
Flying Feet sports shoes outfitted you as a young athlete. When you slipped into a new sport practically every season, you learned a lot and you grew strong. Now that you're an adult, why stop? Flying Feet has the brands and the styles that will increase your performance no matter how you choose to maintain your fitness. Just like when you were a kid, when you shop Flying Feet, you know you'll walk away with the best fit and natural comfort. Flying Feet stocks fitness shoes and all kinds of fitness gear. So, what do you do these days? Trail walking? Working out on the track, on the street, in the gym? Sign up for exercise classes like Pilates, Zumba, or need shoes for weightlifting? It doesn't matter what you're into. You can always count on Flying Feet. It's the one sportswear specialty store that's truly ageless. Flying Feet. Flying Feet sports shoes, 1511 Melrose Avenue, York, just off exit 18 of I-83.
Get your football party started with great Best Jet products from your neighborhood Sure Save markets. Pick up party platters with $18.93 deli items. Team up Best Jet hot dogs and hamburgers with Best Jet rolls. Get Best Jet 12 packs of soda and Best Jet Rising Crust pizzas at Salvo's Markets in Shrewsbury, Stewartstown, Whiteford, and East York, and Nell's Market Fresh Foods in Spry.
Mornings at 9. Dan Patrick on Sports Radio 1350 WOIK.
Back at Central York for our Week 4 feature, Red Lion visits Central York. Our coach's interview is brought to you by Kochman Kunkel Insurance Group, and joining me now is head coach of Red Lion, Coach Jesse Shea. Coach, coming off of a tough loss last week to Chambersburg, 19-28. Talk a little bit about that game, what happened, and what you did this week to reflect and prepare for this contest.
Well, what happened last week was, a couple big plays. We had some breakdowns, and this week we talked about the fact that it's got to be every single play. We played very good defense except for those 3 plays. So what we did this week was we talked about the fact that we can't let a game like that cost us moving into the division. Certainly we'd love to be 3-0, but what would be better for us is to be 1-0 in the division.
And talking about your records, you're playing a Central York team that comes in here undefeated 3-0. You're 2-1. Talk a little bit about this rivalry, what it means to you and your players.
Well, Central has been an up-and-coming program the last several years, and they've always been there. And this is the year that a lot of people think they can arrive. So for us, it's more about this is a great test for us. Central's got a great coaching staff, really athletic group of kids, well coached. So we know every time we play Central, we need to show up with our A game. And there's something special about playing teams like that.
With us is head coach of the Red Lion Lions, Coach Jesse Shea. Now, Coach, staying true to form, you come into this game offensively with 352 yards on the ground, 431 through the air. What should we expect to see from your offense tonight, and what kind of matchups are you going to take advantage to be successful?
Well, matchups, I'm not sure. That might get a little overblown a little bit, but we love running our RPOs, and what we do is we try to just take what the defense will give us, and if that means it's a 4-yard hitch, well, we'll be patient enough to do that. That's kind of what we like about our offense, and I expect to see the same balance that we've shown the last couple weeks.
And conversely, on defense, you face a seasoned quarterback in Cade Pribula, Division I offers. Coming into this game, he's got 944 yards through the air already in just 3 games. What are we going to see on defense? What is your plan to stop him?
We'll let you know. With a kid like Cade, we talked about the fact that our defense has to make them snap it again. He's too good of a football player. You're not going to stop him. You're not going to shut him down. So what you have to do is focus on flying to the football. When they do complete long ones, they've had really long touchdown passes every single week this year. You have to get to him and make him snap it again. That's, I know it doesn't sound difficult, but it's a lot harder to execute than it is to say here talking to you at the 50-yard line.
Coach, great to see you again, and best of luck tonight.
Thank you very much.
That is head coach of Red Lion, Coach Jesse Shea, on our Kochman Kunkel Insurance Group coaches interviews. Stay tuned for more of our pregame coverage after this.
Sports injury? Walk into WellSpan Urgent Orthopedics for immediate care. No appointment is ever needed. Our orthopedic and sports medicine specialists are here to treat you. Visit wellspan.org/urgent orthopedics today for hours at our York and Hanover locations.
Your teams all the time. York's only place for local sports. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Welcome back to our Flying Feet pregame show from Central York. Tonight's contest, Redline visiting Central York. And with me now for our Copeland Kunkel Insurance Group coaches interviews is head coach of Central York, Coach Josh Oswalt. Coach, you're coming off of a thrilling come-from-behind win last week against Hempfield. How did you prepare this week and talk about that win and get ready for this contest?
Well, luckily for us as coaches, we were very unsound last Friday. We did not play well. We did not do anything that we coached them to do. It was a sloppy game for us. Also, luckily for us, and fortunately for us, we were able to come away with a W. So the talk this week was get back to basics, do the things that we coach you to do right, and just be mentally with us for each practice, each rep, every day.
You come into this contest undefeated, Coach, opening up division play, a rivalry game. Talk to me about how it is for you and your players to play in this rivalry game and what it means to you guys.
This is a big game. I know since I've been here, we played Red Line week 8, and at that point you kind of have an idea who's who, but we have both been those teams week 8, and that's exactly what you're going to see tonight. Red Line is ready to beat Central. Central's ready to beat Red Line, and there's going to be a lot of battles out in the field tonight. I mean, it's a rival. It's league play. We're opening league play tonight with a good school, a school that's kind of owned the league the last couple years, and we have to be ready to go.
With us is head coach of Central York, Coach Josh Oswalt. And Coach, you coming into this game, obviously talented quarterback, seasoned quarterback, a lot of talent on the perimeter. What are your keys on offense tonight to be successful?
Just do what you do. Do your job. Let me see how things transpire, and I'll call the plays as I see fit. But if you're not doing your job, you're giving me false reads, and I'm getting away from things that could actually be working. So again, back to basics this week. Play Central football for 48 minutes, and good things will happen.
And you're playing against a physical Jesse Shea coach team. Comes in here offensively, very balanced, true to form for Jesse Shea. What are your keys on defense? And talk a little bit about how that balance can put stress on your D.
Yeah, I mean, we got to read our keys. We got to fit our gaps. We got to line correctly. We got to play sound football. Jesse calls. He's got a great offense. It's a tough offense to prepare for each week that we play them. Red Line week, Coach Cesarano and the defensive coaches have worked tirelessly to get our guys ready for this week. Jesse is a smart offensive mind, so it is always tough when Red Line comes to town.
Great to see you again, Coach. Best of luck tonight.
Thank you.
Coach's interview is brought to you by Copeland Kunkel Insurance Group. We'll be back for more of our pregame coverage after this.
Hunters Hill Orthodontics is a longtime staple in the orthodontic care community. With offices in York and Dillsburg, our practice's top priority is to provide you with the highest quality orthodontic care in a friendly, comfortable environment. Call our York offices, 1910 Kenneth Road, at 767-6694 to make your appointment, or at 1399 South Queen Street, 885-5468. Or in Dillsburg, call 502-1186. We've got your smile at Hunters Hill Orthodontics.
This year, more people are turning to waterproof flooring, and they're trusting Weckers because Weckers are the flooring experts in York County, winning Best in York 14 years running. So if you're looking for the largest flooring selection and warehouse pricing, look to Weckers Flooring Center. With hundreds of 5-star reviews online, you'll feel good about the value you get when you buy from Weckers. Waterproof flooring now at Weckers Flooring Center, East Market Street off the Route 30 Hallam exit.
There's only one place for local high school sports. Sports Radio 1350.
Welcome back to Central York. Right now you see a little bit of the Central York marching band. Never too early for a little monster mash. That's what I would like to hear next, Brett.
Yeah, when your school colors are orange, black, and white, never too early for Halloween. But it was a really talented band, and something that I'm glad we get to catch in the pregame show because they deserve some credit too.
Again, Gareth Hissong here with my partner Brett Petrak joining us live at Central York as they host Red Lion Lions. And this is our Flying Feet pregame show. Time now for our Look Around the League, brought to you by Hunters Hill Orthodontics.
And this week we have some great Division I matchups, starting with the game we have today, but also Dallastown and Southwestern. Now, Dallastown didn't get off to the start they were looking for with head coach Ron Miller. 2 losses against 2 tough teams, but we're back on track. Nazir Smith put 290 yards up last week. They look good. Southwestern struggling, 3 big losses so far, so a good opportunity for the Wildcats to become 2-2, and a great opportunity for Southwestern to really pull an underdog story here. Continuing in Division I, we have New Oxford and York High. York High 3-0 so far. We saw them, explosive offense. They scored 63 in this matchup last year. We'll see what they do this year. And rounding out Division I, we have Spring Grove and Northeastern. Both teams are 1-2, so we'll see what team can get the 500 here. Both have played decently so far, so that's a really tight matchup. Division II, Susquehannock, we saw them last week in Dover. Both at 1-2, a little surprising to some that have followed the league for many years. 2 good schools. Weird to see them under 500 at this point, but that'll be a tough one. East York travels to York Suburban. The Golden Knights started off 2-0, which is how many games they won last year. Looking to get one more onto that, and York Suburban looking to get 2 wins in a row after winning last week.
And that's kind of an intriguing matchup. You know, York Suburban has some, last year watching them play, had some really young talent, so you expect them to mature, get better and better. So this is a big game for both these teams to see how they continue to write the narrative for their season. East York at York Suburban.
Absolutely. And continuing through Division II, we have Gettysburg against West York. Gettysburg 1-2, played a real tough team in Bishop and Devon in Week 2, but lost to Waynesboro, which I'm sure they want to avenge this week against West York, who's also looking for their first win. Kennerdale, Big Springs, both teams 2-1. Kennerdale with 2 shutouts on the year so far, looking to keep that defense going. Moving on to Division III, we have Bermudian Springs 2-1 at Hanover. Bermudian Springs started 2-0, looking to continue that. Hanover looking for their first win. Fairfield got their first win of the year last year. They faced a winless Big Riverville team at 0-3. DeLone 3-0 faces York Tech. DeLone's had the best offense and defense so far in the league. And in Division III, arguably the other game that we would be covering if we weren't here, Littlestown at York Catholic, both 3-0 in Division III, and it's going to be an exciting one. I'll let you explain more on that. You know both those teams. What do you think it's going to be like?
This is going to be as physical of a battle as you can get. We saw last week York Catholic was at Susquehanna. Unfortunately, we were there able to watch them. And York Catholic, Coach Eric Depew does a great job of using the team. You know, he's able to exploit that, and he's able to hide some weaknesses and conversely exploit some weaknesses in other teams. The way he uses his players to their strengths and weaknesses is great. And Littlestown does the same thing. Both play similar styles of football, both very physical. This is going to be a dogfight for 4 quarters.
I like that. And that concludes our Look Around the League presented by Hunters Hill Orthodontics. We'll be back with our starting lineups right after this.
Hey, it's the good-looking genius at Broadway Transmission. You know what really grinds my gears? Perfectly good cars being thrown away just because the transmission went bad. My mind slips into overdrive when someone says,
I'll just get a new car before I spend that kind of money on a transmission.
What? According to Kelley Blue Book, the average price of a new car is $32,000. Now you're going to finance that, right? There's another $6,000 to $8,000. And if you drive it off the showroom floor, it loses 20% of its value immediately. Don't forget, you also have to pay sales tax, higher insurance rates, title and registration fees, and come up with $600, $700, $800 a month depending on your interest rates for 5 years. And remember, you will still have to pay for the upkeep of the car, brakes, tires, wipers, fluids, etc. Stop! Trade your transmission, not your car.
Thanks, good-looking genius.
You're welcome, ma'am. Broadway Transmission. We'll get your shift together and save you all that dough. Visit us on the web at BroadwayTrans.com or stop in and see how it's done.
Today it seems everybody is offering a discount on car insurance, but at what price? Reduced protection, impersonal service. At State Farm, you can earn discounts and still get full service and dependable protection. From the world's largest car insurer, see me, Trish Hauser, 1865 Susquehanna Trail North, York, for the State Farm multiple line discount. With State Farm, you get an agent you can depend on and an insurance company you can trust. For the details on State Farm's multiple line discount, see me, Trish Hauser.
Your county, your teams. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
And welcome back to the Panthers field here at Central York for our matchup here. Red Lion Lions come to the Central York Panther Stadium, and now it's time for our starting lineups presented by State Farm agent Trish Hauser. For the Central York Panthers on offense, they'll line up with the Gaffney brothers at left tackle and right tackle. Max Wertman and Ian McNaughton are your guards, and Lake Hinderer will play center today. Receivers for the Panthers, Zaire Cornelius, the league leader in receiving yards, along with Bo Perbula and Taylor Wright-Rawls. Taylor Wright-Rawls being second in receiving yards. Running back today will be Hunter Werner, tight end Reed Kirshner, and quarterback will be Cade Perbula, the league leader in passing, 8 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, having a fantastic senior year. And for the Lions on defense, they'll line up with Kobe Martin and Jason Nazarenis at cornerback. Randy Pfizer and Ben Hornberger play safety. Linebackers today, Caden Smith, Eli Workinger, and Justin Dillon. Their line, Bailey Royer, Devontae Dennis on the end, Spencer Stevens, and Kyron Gordon-Bay at the tackle. For the Lions offense, it'll be a combination of Dylan Zeller and Jace Verhovchik playing left tackle. Right tackle will be Kyron Gordon-Bay. Your guards today are Scott Wilt and Jared Miller, and Carter Yarish plays center. Receivers for the Lions, Jason Nazarenis, Ben Hornberger, and the 3 backs, Tyler Ness, the senior captain, Kurt Keogh, and Elijah Workinger again with the fullback position, the senior captain. They're quarterbacked by number 12, Zach Menser. And finally, for the Central York Panthers defense, Mason Myers moves out from safety to cornerback today. He'll be joined by Captain Darnell Johnson. Bo Perbula, the freshman, plays safety along with Zaire Cornelius. Linebackers today will be Will Van Dyke, George Drevis, and Anthony Cerrigos. And your D-line, Ian McNaughton and Reed Kirshner on the ends, Big Ben Bartkowski and Devin Gaffney fill up the middle today. They're your starting lineups. That's presented by State Farm agent Trish Hauser. As we get closer to kickoff here, we'll take another break and bring you our final thoughts, followed by our kickoffs presented by Fast Signs.
Unique Physique is now accepting clients for personal training for mornings and evenings. Sports-specific training customized for your son or daughter's specific need. Whether it's weight loss, toning up, or getting in shape, maybe an upcoming wedding, John Kirchner has helped train hundreds of satisfied clients reach their goals. John is a sports performance coach with a master's in exercise science and injury prevention. Improve your performance, get better, get stronger, get faster. Start now. Immediate openings available. Call John at 873-0234. Unique Physique, 3432 East Market Street, York.
If you've been thinking of going to college and you would like to play sports when you get there, join our team. Earn a Penn State degree and continue to play the sports you love. 6 collegiate sports are now available, including baseball, soccer, men's basketball, women's softball, and women's volleyball. For more information, check out our website at PennStateYorkSports.com. Once again, that's PennStateYorkSports.com.
Live local sports is on Sports Radio 1350 WOIK.
And back here at Central York, Red Lion Lions visiting Central York Panthers. This is our Flying Feet pregame show, and time now for our Yorkia keys to the game. And Brett, tonight we're going to see an explosive offense from Central York. How is that defense from the Red Lion Lions going to compete?
Well, I like that matchup a lot today with, Cade Perbula and that offense leading the league in passing yards, but Red Lion, 4th in the league in allowing passing yards too, so that's going to be a battle all day. Red Lion, they boast probably one of the best playmakers in the league at safety with Randy Pfizer. He took one 82 yards to the house last week against Chambersburg, so he's back there. Kobe Martin, Ben Hornberger, they're back there too. So, it's going to be – I'm sure that there's a scheme that's going to try to break that from Josh Oswald, but, that's a matchup I look at too. I think a lot of it, and it's one of the things you love the most, is the trench play, because there's size on both sides of this. You look at guys like Spencer Stevens, who's listed at 6'10", 370 for Red Lion, going up against a line that we saw in person against West York really dominate in that second half. So I think between the air attack and the trench play, there are 2 things I'm focusing on. Anything else you see?
I'll tell you what, you could tell by looking at the size of both these lines that the grocers around this area must do pretty well. Places like Brown's Orchard and Farm Market must do pretty well to feed these guys. And I think it's going to be both these coaches coming into this game. This game used to be played in Week 8. We're here at Week 4, opening up division play. So the preparation for this game, both these coaches left no boxes unchecked.
Yeah, and I like that too. When you talked with Coach Shea, his one thing he said was the big plays, and that was what killed them last week. They allowed 3 big plays, as he said. The yardage were 96 yards, 79 yards, and 70. Especially when you have an offense that can really get at you quick with Cade Pribula and Zaire Cornelius. I mean, it's going to be tough. That is definitely a thing. I like how he really emphasized how we have to make a play on every play today, every single play, and that's huge. And especially with an offense that's really systematic, can score a lot when it needs to. But yeah, you really have to do a good job of ball possession, and the best defense you can have is keeping Cade Pribula off the field.
Right, we talk about that week to week, that your best defense can be running the ball, holding the ball, winning the time of possession, and that's going to be key tonight.
Yep, absolutely. That's a really, really good way to put our keys to the game. A lot of them right there, but much needed, because with rivalry games like this, everything has to be focused on and everything has to be done right for a team to come out with a win.
Yeah, so we're just about to get underway here at Central York. The teams are about to come out, and the home crowd is fired up here at Central York. So we'll take a break. We'll come back with our Fast Signs kickoff and get ready for this exciting matchup. Red Line at Central York.
Sports injury? Walk into WellSpan Urgent Orthopedics for immediate care. No appointment is ever needed. Our orthopedic and sports medicine specialists are here to treat you. Visit wellspan.org/urgent orthopedics today for hours at our York and Hanover locations.
Every day, Fast Signs helps businesses like yours with their visual communications. We ask the right questions, recommend smart solutions, and help you build your business. Our knowledgeable consultants uncover your communication challenges and provide visible solutions. At Fast Signs, we're innovators, planners, and designers. We're more than fast, more than signs, and we're more than ready to help. Contact Fast Signs today.
Visit our store next to Sam's Club in East York or visit us online at fastsigns.com.
There's only one place for local high school sports. Sports Radio 1350.
Welcome back to Central York. Gareth Hissong, Brett Petrak with you. Nice 73-degree night. Cloudy, a little muggy, almost getting into that fall weather. And both these teams are juiced up for this nice rivalry here in Week 4. And again, we usually see this later in the season. You know who is who, but here we go with this exciting matchup only in Week 4. Both these coaches fully prepared, both these coaches ready to win tonight.
Yep, and we're just about to see the teams run out of the locker room here, which is always fun, always a fun tradition. But no, it's going to be crazy as Red Lion takes the field. I mean, it's really, with Division I, it's so tough this year when you look at it with Red Lion and Central and Dallastown and York High. I mean, it's really going to be a slugfest, if you will. So we're really going to have to see, what these teams are made of, and it really starts here. It's tough to have a statement game in your Week 1 of league play, but that's just what this is here for both these teams.
And here comes the home team, Central York Panthers, donning the all-orange uniforms with the orange helmets and the white trim.
And they can be fired up too, but yeah, they definitely have great jerseys. I like that too. Red Lion, although not really being from the area, weird to see a team called Red Lion in black and gold, no red. But I heard a story from my friend who went to Red Lion. He said that the reason behind it is the band uniforms. The first band uniforms they got were black and gold. And I guess they wanted to order red in the beginning, but they got them black and gold, and they said, we'll just don these colors. And it's been successful. I think it's a sharp look too.
It's worked well for them. Very tradition program coming out of Red Lion. Central York, a relatively newer school as far as tradition is concerned, but football-wise has done very well. And again, with this matchup, these two teams going head-to-head, I'm really excited to see Cade Pribula take the field against this defense, because this defense last week playing against Chambersburg has some dudes now. They have some guys that can make some plays, and Red Lion found that out firsthand. Last week was one of those weeks that just nothing goes right for you. You got to go down to Chambersburg out in Franklin County. It's an hour-plus drive. You had the storms rolling through. It's rainy. You had 30 minutes or an hour delay before the game, rain delay. And get into the game, nothing bounces your way, some big plays go against you, and you're letting guys get past the top of your defense. Knowing that you're playing a Central York team that is explosive on offense, I expect this Red Lion defense to respond tonight.
Absolutely, and we're just about time to get our national anthem. We'll take a break. Be right back here with our Fast Signs kickoff.
Great job of the national anthem as we get ready to go and get underway here at Central York. Again, Red Lions coming in, playing the Central York Panthers here in our Week 4 edition of high school football on WOYK 1350, presented by WellSpan Sports Medicine. Brett, a little bit more about this offense and the explosiveness. Some young guys that are able to support Cade Pribula at quarterback.
Yeah, especially when you look at his brother, just a freshman being out here and starting as a wide receiver. I mean, that's crazy. Just tradition in the Pribula family, so that's good to see from them. But also, we talk about, a kid you really like to talk to before the game's kicker, Nick Basil. You look at him, he's one of the best in the league. But on the other side, they have a number 11, Elijah Workinger, who's also a kicker. So you look at this kicker matchup, maybe it's something people don't talk about all the time, but this is a really good one. I've seen, they said last week, Workinger banged one in from 49. He makes it from 53 in practice, too. And for the first 2 weeks, Nick Basil didn't miss a kick, perfect on his PATs. So, maybe a talking point that doesn't get, said enough, but one it's a very good matchup here.
Absolutely does not get harped on enough is the weapons that you just mentioned, and it's really only a foot, but they can be crucial, not only in playing with the field goals, scoring field goals, but also in playing the position of the field position battle is huge. Those big punts can change the sides of the field. Sometimes you're backed up under your own field goal post, but if you get a great punt and change the size of the field, that's huge for your defense.
Right, and expect Workinger to bang most of his kicks down for touchbacks. We only have stats from one of his weeks of kicking, but 5 for 6 for touchbacks. So he's got a leg, and he's going to look to use it. But got our captains of today, Gareth. Who do we got?
Captains for Red Lion, senior Cole Renfro and Elijah Workinger. Also Zach Menser, starting quarterback. And number 4, starting running back Tyler Ness. For Central York, captains Darnell Johnson, Cade Pribula, Ian McNaughton, and Devin Gaffney.
And the first kicker we'll see today will be number 30, Nick Basil from Central York, as they prepare to kick it off to the Lions, our fast sign kickoffs, and our broadcasts. Take it away, Gareth.
And Nick Basil tees it up as we're ready to get underway here at Central York. This is going to be an exciting matchup tonight. Glad you're with us on a great night for Friday night football. Basil approaches the ball. It's a deep kick. It's going to be returnable. It's Nick Schultz returning it from the 3-yard line. He's going out the right side. He's crossed the 20 and gets through the first line of defense. He'll be brought down around the 30-yard line. A good tackle on special teams.
Yeah, number 16, Marcus Williams, great tackle there getting down the field, the backup cornerback. And that was, one broken tackle away from really being something there for Nick Schultz.
Red Lion will go to work first on offense. At quarterback, Zach Menser, he's a senior, comes into this game with 431 passing yards. And they'll take their first snap from the 30-yard line, going from our right to left. Menser will pass on first down. and to his receiver. In and out of the hands of Ben Hornberger. On the defense is Darnell Johnson. Step for step with Hornberger, but nice throw from Menser. Hornberger not able to reel it in.
And basic white cleats for a lot of the players out there, but Darnell Johnson's got some good ones. He's got one foot that's orange on the outside, green on the inside, the opposite on the other side. Got some sharp cleats for number 2.
Menser in the shotgun. He hands it off to the left, and having room around the left side is Tyler Ness. Still on his feet, fighting against the tacklers. He'll take it out to about the 40-yard line. Might be enough for a first down. We'll see where they spot this ball. They needed 10. They got 10. It's a first down for Redline. Tyler Ness getting a first down, his first carry of the night. You see it right away. This head coach Jesse Shea, very balanced offense. Pass on the first play, run on the second play. 50-50 right now. Tyler Ness gets the handoff around the right side, coming upfield, making a great tackle for no gain is number 24, Will Van Dyke, getting the start at outside linebacker tonight.
And that was some of the run-pass option. We heard Coach Shea say it in his interview with you today. He wants to use it, and right there, maybe not the right read for Zach Menser, but a great play by Will Dyke, as you said, Van Dyke.
A good job by this defense. They can make that read more difficult on the quarterback. Great job by reading their keys and making the play. Menser on 2nd and 10 from the 40-yard line. Handoff. Nope. Hills. It's a shovel pass up the middle to Elijah Workinger, the workhorse. Tight end H-back. He's a senior getting a lot of Division I looks. He gets a gain of 12 on the shovel pass.
That's another first down now, 2 on the drive for Red Lion, but he is the Mr. Do-It-All. He kicks, he plays middle linebacker, and he's a fullback. And, when he's picking up yards like that, he's dangerous in any offense.
Elijah Workinger is a 5-tool utility-type player. Menser will keep the ball going around the right side. He has space. He has the first down. He's into Panther territory and forced out of bounds at the 30-yard line. Number 4, Syer Cornelius, forcing Menser out of bounds.
His 17-yard gain on that play. Nice to see, and that's running the run-pass option perfectly, getting outside, showing some athleticism. We talk about size. He's a big kid. Elijah Workinger looks huge out there, too. I mean, it's just intimidating to see, even against a talented D-line like Central York.
Red Line doing a great job of moving the ball in this opening drive. And, again, it's going to be Menser. Menser taking the ball, going up the middle. A good gain on first down. It's to be a gain of 4. So 2nd and 6 from the 27-yard line. Two carries for 21 yards for Zach Menser on the night. He comes out in a shotgun. 4 wide receivers, 3 to the near side, 1 on top. And a handoff around the right side to Tyler Ness. Ness gets some room, breaking tackles inside the 10. Finally drugged down at the 4-yard line. Making the tackle on the play is number 22, George Drevis, the 5'11", 185-pound junior. And back to the line, going with tempo is this offense from Redline. Menser gets the snap around the right side. Again, it's Tyler Ness. He's fighting for the end zone, but he's going to be stopped short. Great job of gang tackling for this defense from Central York.
And even though he didn't start the game, number 14, Keelan Stroman, in on that play. Long run by Ness, 23 yards on that play, so explosive there as Redline gets to the line quickly.
Red Lion back. Menser gets a snap, and he's going to keep it up the middle. Touchdown, Red Lion. Fighting his way through the defense, fakes the handoff to Ness, and Zach Menser does the honors. Holding on the extra point is Nick Schultz. Attempting to put it through the uprights is Eliza Workinger. Look at our first flag of the night. Defense offsides. Darnell Johnson, the culprit. Lining up for the point after attempt. Snap is down. Workinger puts it through. The kick is good. Redline takes the early lead with 8:35 left in our first quarter. Redline 7, Central York 0.
Hunters Hill Orthodontics is a longtime staple in the orthodontic care community. With offices in York and Dillsburg, our practice's top priority is to provide you with the highest quality orthodontic care in a friendly, comfortable environment. Call our York offices, 1910 Kenneth Road, at 767-6694 to make your appointment, or at 1399 South Queen Street, 885-5468. Or in Dillsburg, call 502-1186. We've got your smile at Hunters Hill Orthodontics.
Listen live, on demand, and on the go. Download the new WOYK app on the Apple and Google Play stores today.
And back here at Panthers Stadium here in Central York, Redline jumps out to an early lead, 7-0, here with 8 minutes and 35 seconds left in the first quarter.
Great opening drive from the Lions, setting the tempo for this game. Elijah Workinger tees up the ball for our fast signs kick. And deep to receive for the Panthers, Syer Cornelius and Mason Myers. A deep kick from Workinger. That's going to be returnable. And both guys are back there trying to return around the right side. Getting up to the 20, and met there is number 4, Syer Cornelius, on the return out to the 20-yard line. Panthers come out with their veteran quarterback, 944 yards through 3 games. This is Cade Pribula. He's a captain and hasn't thrown an interception since that Week 1 matchup we saw against West York.
Yeah, not himself in the first half, but he's been all amazing since then.
1st and 10 from the 20, moving from our left to right. In the all-orange uniforms are the Central York Panthers, and Cade Pribula on the first snap will give it off to his running back, Hunter Warner. Warner rumbling through the middle of the defense. And he'll get a gain of 5 out to the 25-yard line, 2nd and 5. Going with a fast tempo, the Panthers back on the line. Cade Pribula in the shotgun. 3 wide receivers, 2 to the near side. Single wide receiver to the far side. Pribula with the handoff. He'll keep it himself, trying to go up the middle. Not much doing. He'll get 1 yard on the play. Again, you see this dogfight in the trenches.
Yeah, and 63, Spencer Stevens is a monster out there. I mean, you can't miss him. You probably pick him up here on our camera feed. He just leaps and bounds taller than everyone out there, and really wide as well. So just him smashing up the middle there is causing a lot of congestion, not only when it comes to stuff in the run, but for Cade to look over him, it's tough too.
3rd and 4. The Panthers need to keep this drive going, need a first down. From the 26-yard line. Pribula to throw, looks to his right. He scrambles, he's got room for a first down out across the 40, up to the 45-yard line. It's going to be a gain of 18 on the play. 19.
When you think about the matchup last year, one thing Coach Shea said is Pribula, his arm's great, but his ability to keep plays alive is what makes him so dangerous back there in the running game as well.
It's a talent he has on those unscripted plays to keep his offense on the field. 1st and 10 from their own 45. Pribula gets the snap, looks to throw, looking downfield, throws it to his right. He's got a man. He catches it at the 38-yard line, fighting through defenders out to the 35. is the sophomore Taylor Wright Rawls. He's brought down by number 6, Jason Nazarenas.
That looked like it got tipped a little bit too, so he's still wide open and great throw again under pressure. It was maybe the first time we've seen any kind of pressure on him in the first 4 plays, but great poise and a great throw for his first connection, his long connection of the game.
20 yards on his first throw of the game. Pribula goes from the 35-yard line to Red Line. Red Line shows pressure. They bring it. Hunter Warner up the middle. Gets a gain of 3, so it'll be 2nd and 7. And the Panthers continue to march down the field in Red Line territory. Werner is a reliable back. You can throw to him out of the backfield. He's a hard worker, physical football player. Pribula with 4 wide receivers. Takes the snap, looks to his right, lets it fly for in the end zone. And is it caught? It's a touchdown. The sophomore Taylor Wright Rawls making a diving catch. A 32-yard pitch and catch. Cade Pribula connects with sophomore Taylor Wright Rawls. Rawls gets his 4th receiving touchdown of the year.
Yeah, 10 touchdown passes now for Cade Pribula. That was an absolute dart. And, man, that's an athletic play to sprawl out like that for Wright Rawls, man. It just shows you how dangerous this offense. You give him an inch, he showed it with long plays on the ground and through the arm. Cade Pribula, he'll take every opportunity he gets.
Nick Basil will put the extra point through the uprights. And just as we expected, early slugfest here in the early goings of this rivalry, 7-7. Each team scoring on their opening possession. And we'll keep it here as we tally up some of these stats and recap some of these drives. This has been an electric start to this game, and this is exactly what we talked about all pregame. This is what we expected coming into this week, preparing for this game. All the stars for both these teams came out, showing up tonight.
Absolutely, too. Great drives to start, and we're going to recap them real quick with our drive recaps presented by Brown's Orchard and Farm Market. For Red Lion, it was a 69-yard drive that was capped off by a 4-yard run by Zach Menser. That lasted 3 minutes and 17 seconds. And now, Central with Cade Pribula started at the 20-yard line, went 80 yards, capped off by the 32-yard bomb to number 11, Taylor Wright Rawls. So we're seeing both offenses really get after it early, and as we talked about for most of this week, this could be a real fun one.
Our scoring recaps brought to you by Brown's Orchard and Farm Market. Nick Basil kick it off on our Fast Signs kickoff. And he's going to boot it deep. Bounce at the 10, and it'll roll out of bounds for a penalty. Smart play by Nick Schultz, the returner. So we see it, a slugfest back and forth. Both teams doing a great job on offense the opening drive. Let's see which defense can bow up and get that first stop.
Yeah, you need that when you have players like this. But great job there facing the bigger line up the middle. They kept Pribula untouched on that play, on that last throw, and give him any time and he'll hurt you.
So looking at that last drive, Zach Menser 1 for 2 throwing the ball. Only completion was a shovel pass for 12 yards to Elijah Workinger. And out of the shotgun goes Menser. First play will be a handoff up the middle to Tyler Ness. He'll get a few, gain of 3. And from the middle linebacker position, making the tackle is George Drivas. Get a short pause in the action, a balloon blowing onto the field and popped.
Well, it was a great night, great atmosphere, a lot of fans here for both teams, and a comfortable 73 degrees, not too hot like it was the first night we were here.
Red Line, 2nd and 7 from their own 38. A handoff around the right. No, it's kept up the middle by Menser. Menser shaking a tackle. He's out across midfield, down to the 40-yard line. Chased out of bounds, and no flag for the late hit. It's Bo Pribula making the stop after the 28-yard scamper. quarterback, Zach Menser.
And you hate to see people go down awkwardly out of bounds like that, but Menser, he's a big kid, and that was a really powerful run out all the way up to the 38-yard line. So, I mean, just like they did on the first drive, that they can just drive on this defense so far. So you talked about bowing up. It's time. No pun intended with Rabula, by the way, on that.
I like what you did there. Puns welcome. Strike up the band, and it's another shovel pass up the middle to Elijah Workinger, working his way through the defense for a gain of 6. It'll be 2nd and 4 from the 32 of Central York.
And they coined Elijah Workinger last year the fridge. As Jamel Foster said, his fellow linebacker said last year they call him the fridge. And when you're that big and you can run through holes, not really sure where the whole fridge is other than it's a large structure, but we'll take it. The fridge.
That fridge is 6'5". Clocks in at 250 pounds, and a deep throw down the left side, incomplete. Menser targeting Ben Hornberger on the play on the defense. It's number 2, Darnell Johnson, the captain of Central Panthers defense.
And Hornberger had a step there on Darnell Johnson, but this an overthrow by Zach Menser, one he probably wants to have back.
So that put Menser at 2 for 4 on the day. The Red Lion offense comes out on 3rd and 4 from the 32-yard line of Central York. Keeping the ball up the middle is Menser. Menser's got a first down. He's across the 20-10 into the end zone. It's a touchdown, Lions. And a quick strike from this Red Lion offense. A great answer. They light up the scoreboard on their second drive. Second possession in our Stony Brook family restaurant, marching right through the Wreckers Carpet red zone.
Man, it's dangerous. Second rushing touchdown now for Zach Menser. That one for 32 yards. So he got right up the middle. Great fake on the run pass option. And just like that, 13-7, pending this extra point.
Extra point from Workinger through the uprights, and a flag on the field.
Just be an and 1 on this play.
Pending the penalty. Red Lion has the lead, 14-7.
And Jesse Shea motioning to decline the penalty. It's good, 14-7, 4:14 left. So a really quick drive there for Red Lion.
Teamwork, commitment, and passion. Those 3 words are the foundation of what has made Brown's Orchards and Farm Market a favorite Southern York County destination for 70 years. Stop in for crisp, juicy apples, meet friends in the cafe and coffee bar, or shop the greenhouse for fall decorating. And while you're there, grab your favorite Browns football party food and cheer on your team. We applaud every player and fan for your teamwork, commitment, and passion for the game. BrownsOrchards.com.
Local sports on WOYK are brought to you by Maple Donuts, a family tradition since 1946.
So after the penalty on the extra point, we're going to have to do the extra point. We'll try it again. Elijah Workinger lines up. Snap is good, hold is good, kick is good. So Elijah getting some extra reps in there for the PAT.
Yeah, it's steady as it comes there with that guy. He just bangs it through again. But now, one thing to be said, I don't know if it may make a difference later in the game for actual field goals and place kicking, but they're taking risks and getting caught offside sometimes, but the ones they do cleanly, Central York's still in the backfield on those kicks. Luckily, they have a great system that gets it up fast and in, but they're back there.
So already leading rushing for his team is the quarterback, Zach Menser, for Red Lion. 85 yards on 5 carries and 2 possessions.
Yeah, and really, you go back, like I said, run pass option. It's dangerous when it's run right, and he's got straight line speed. Dangerous.
Yeah, you could tell Jesse Shea is doing a great job play calling. He knows that he has this defense from Central York on their heels. And with these RPOs, as a defender, you're reading your keys. You're not able to play downhill. You're not able to play as fast and just go after the ball. Here's our Fast Signs kickoff from Elijah Workinger. And bounces it. It'll be Hunter Warner picking it up at the 20-yard line out across the 30. And that's where he is met by the initial defense. Finally drugged down at the 36-yard line. Jalen Vince, the junior, on the tackle for the kickoff team for Central York. And Central York, great field position starting at the 36-yard line. March down the field last time for a score. See if the senior quarterback, Cade Prabula, can do it again. And he comes out with 4 wide receivers, 3 to the far side. Looks to his left, and he throws it and dropped. Intended for his wide receiver, Syer Cornelius.
Definitely one he wants to have back there, but that happens, you know. A lot of mustard on that throw from Prabula, but I'm sure he expected him to take that one in.
Panthers come out in the same formation. Moving from our left to right, 2nd and 10. From the 36-yard line, Prabula gets the snap. And he looks to his right, rolls to his right, buys time. He's going to keep it and stiff arms a defender. He's going to be drug out of bounds after getting a first down. A gain of 13. The ball will be spotted at the 49-yard line of Central York. Three carries and 33 yards for the senior quarterback. Panthers back out. 4 wide receivers. 3 wides, 1 tight end. They're going to keep it on the ground. It's Hunter Warner around the right side and no room. He's going to lose one. Great job bringing the pressure and penetration from the left end. Devontae Dennis, the sophomore, 6'6", 198 pounds.
We talked about it in the pregame. They're big in the middle, but really thin and fast out on the outside there. And that was a good contain and pushed them right into the linebacker's hands. Proper way to get the tackle and forcing them out of bounds.
Again with 4 wides, 2 to each side for Cade Prabula, going from the right hash. The handoff up the middle to Warner. Warner navigating through the defense for a gain of 3. Gain of 4 on the play. It'll be 3rd and 7. Crossing into Red Lion territory, going from the Red Lion 48-yard line. 3rd and 7. Prabula gets the snap. Looks to his right, fires it. And caught is Bo Prabula at the 36-yard line. Ball will be spotted at the 31. A great 17-yard pickup on 3rd down.
Yep, step back, no pressure, easy one. Big bro to little bro. And 2 for 2 now on 3rd down conversions, Central in this first quarter. Really efficient when the pressure's on.
Back to the line and the handoff around the right side to Hunter Warner. Not much room to work for Warner. He'll get a gain of 1.
We're finally getting to see a little bit of possession here with the clock rolling down compared to those fast scores we saw in the first 3 drives.
2:25 left on our Stony Brook Family Restaurant first quarter. Central York is marching down the field. 2nd and 9 from the 30-yard line of Red Line. Prabula, 3 wides and a tight end. He's looking down the field to the left side and caught across the middle into the end zone. A 30-yard strike. Cade Prabula connects with Taylor Wright Rawls. And Wright Rawls gets his 2nd touchdown of the night.
That's a little different going over the middle this time to the outside, but the pass exactly where it needed to be again. And for this sophomore, getting a quarterback like Cade Prabula can find you like that's fun, but he's running some great routes. And this offense just as explosive as the Lions to start this game.
One-on-one coverage to the top side, the left side of the field. And Cade Pribula will pick that defense apart. So a flag here before the extra point attempt by Nick Basil. It's going to be encroachment on the defense. And just as we anticipated, an action-packed game for you here tonight. Basil sets up for the extra point. He puts it through. We are knotted at 14. 2:05 left in our Stony Brook Family Restaurant first quarter.
Serving York for over 50 years, Vito's Pizza. Check out their daily lunch specials Monday through Friday, 11 till 2. 2 slices of pizza and a small soda, only $3.99, or a small sub for only $4.25. Monday night, 2 large cheese pizzas for only $15.99. Tuesday, a large stromboli and large pitcher of soda, just $11.99. Wednesday, a large cheese pizza and large pitcher of soda, just $11.49. Vito's open till midnight, Monday through Thursday till 1 a.m., Fridays and Saturdays. Dine in at 1734 South Queen Street, York, or get carry-out. Call 843-1143.
Your county, your teams. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
And we are back here at Central York, knotted up at 14. The Red Lion Lions visiting Central York Panthers. This is our Week 4 edition of WOYK 1350 High School Football Game of the Week. Your home for York Adams sports coverage. Nick Basil tees it up, ready for our Fast Signs kickoff. Deep to return for the Lions, Nick Schultz and Randy Pfizer. And it's a deep kick. This one is going to be returnable. It's Schultz fielding the ball to 7. One around the right side. He has a crease. He's got space. Nick Basil at the midfield line. Can't get a tackle. And Schultz is out across the 40-yard line of the Panthers before he is drug out of bounds at the 38-yard line. A great return. 57-yard return for Nick Schultz.
And an opportunity really to reverse the field. Schultz saw it, and if it hadn't been for a little rub from Nick Basil, didn't make the tackle, but did just enough to stop the play, stop it from going all the way in for a kickoff return.
As if they needed help on offense, here comes Zach Menser in the Lions offense, starting from the 37-yard line of the Panthers. Elijah is the up back, and the handoff up the middle, and the play is stopped dead. We're going to get a timeout before the play can get off. Central York will take that timeout. We'll stay here, and let's get a scoring recap brought to you by Brown's Orchard and Farm Market.
Okay, for that last scoring drive for the Central York Panthers, it was a 6-play drive that lasted 2 minutes and 3 seconds, capped off by a 30-yard touchdown pass from Cade Pribula to number 11, Taylor Wright Rawls, to tie the game at 14-14.
Again, we're here at Central York as the Panthers play host to the Red Lion Lions. 1 minute and 52 seconds left in our Stony Brook Family Restaurant first quarter, knotted up 14-14. Out of the timeout, we will go 1st and 10 for the Lions at the Panthers' 37-yard line after a great kickoff return from the senior, Nick Schultz. From the right hash, 4 wide receivers. Menser goes to work. And he'll keep another flag is down before the play can get off. So another stoppage in play. And false start, the Lions. Of course, our officials tonight, referee Danny Carl, umpire Jake Kipp, linesman Roland the Boz Bosman, line judge Johnny Walker, and the back judge Rich Crazy Legs DeLauder. These guys had a lot of fun with me when I went down to get their name.
I can see that. I think the Johnny Walker one's the best if you think about it.
Yeah, I promise no exploitation on bad calls, so They were working me pretty good. And here's Menser. He's going to go up the middle for a gain of 5. Gets back to the original line of scrimmage, out to the 37-yard line of the Panthers.
Now, did you talk to them directly, or was that the coaches giving you nicknames?
Well, here's the deal is my guy, Roland Bosman, I knew his son very well in high school, so I used to go around the house, and it was great to see him again and catch up, and he let the guys know that not to hold back on me.
Oh.
These crews go around working together, do a great job. And around the left side is a handoff to Tyler Ness. Ness following his blockers, big Elijah Workinger leading the way, the 6'5", 250-pound senior fullback. That's going to be a great gain of 8 yards. So 3rd and 2 from the 29-yard line.
Our first 3rd down opportunity for the Red Lions. So we'll see if they can convert. Central's been perfect.
This is the money down here, 3rd and 2. See if the Lions can convert. They have 2 plays to do. This is 4-down territory. And Menser, another shovel pass. It's tipped, but caught by Elijah Workner, hurling a defender inside the 10, stretching down to the 5-yard line. Defenders holding on for dear life. Darnell Johnson finally able to bring down the 6'5", 250-pound senior Elijah Workinger.
And what a tackle from the senior captain there, Darnell Johnson. I mean, he looked like he was got that hop step up over a defender, and perfect play to really hold on and bring him down for Johnson.
So from the 5-yard line, 1st and goal in our Weckers Carpet red zone. Handoff.
We'll wait the spot here, but looks like he got it down to about the 1 with Zach Menser.
So a 4-yard gain for the quarterback. And that's going to do it for us in our first quarter, which is brought to you by Stony Brook Family Restaurant. And after 1, we're knotted up at 14 here, Red Lion visiting Central.
At Donegal, we understand there are many costs associated with running a business. That's why Donegal works with you to provide quality insurance products based on your business needs, and why we deliver that insurance at a price to fit your budget. Call your local independent Donegal agent today and discover why, when it comes to insurance for your business, Donegal is a better value. Contact Kochman Kunkel Insurance at 717-854-0300 or stop in at 3217 East Market Street, York. Locally owned and operated by Pam and Rudy Kochman. Kochman Kunkel Insurance.
Mornings at 9. Dan Patrick on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
And back here at Panthers Stadium here in Central York as the Red Lions are tied now with the Panthers 14-14. We just about get ready for our second quarter, which is brought to you by Broadway Transmissions.
After we flip the field and start our second quarter, 2nd and goal from the 1-yard line for the Red Lions. Knotted up at 14.
And then right before the quarter, we had the 22-yard shuffle pass into the hands of Elijah Workinger. Great tackle to bring him down from Darnell Johnson, but they're threatening right here in a dangerous spot for an offense with this much size.
Menser in the shotgun, up back is Workinger, and movement before the play. This looks like it's going to be a false start going against the Lions. That'll set them back 5 yards. So they'll go 2nd and goal from the 6.
And they've made 2 long plays that really have been followed up by penalties there when you look at the false starts there. One on the kick return, and then that one. Not good, especially when you're right on the 1-yard line. You can hand it off to Workinger, take it for Menser trying to get his 3rd touchdown. So we'll see what they do here from the 6.
Menser from the 6, 3 wide receivers. Elijah Workinger is the up back. To the left is Tyler Ness. And keeping up the middle is Zach Menser, fighting his way through the defense. He'll get down to the 4-yard line. A gain of 2 on 2nd down brings up 3rd and goal from the 4.
And it's statement time now for this Panthers defense. 3rd down and 4, right on the goal line. So, we haven't seen a ton of great defensive plays because how awesome these offensive have been, but you look at it now.
This is where some of the play calling can shine from Coach Jesse Shea. Elijah Workinger goes in motion. The shotgun is Menser. He shovel pass up the middle again to Elijah Workinger. Keeps his feet churning, and into the end zone is Elijah Workinger, and that'll be his 3rd touchdown of the year.
And the fridge, he showed you I got the nickname there. He was wrapped up. He had 2, maybe 3 Panthers hanging off of him, but that sheer size at 6'5", 250 just powering home for the touchdown and the lead here to start the second quarter for the Lions.
So 4 completions on the night from Menser, all 4 to Elijah Workinger, all 4 the shovel pass, and working quite well for the Lions. Workinger puts the extra point through, and as we start our Broadway transmission second quarter, Red Lion takes the lead 21 over Central York 14.
If you're looking for experienced barbers and a relaxing atmosphere, come to Iacono's Hair Studio, 2030 South Queen Street in York. Iacono's is a family-owned business serving the York area since 1972. For high-quality grooming enjoyment and the professionalism of over 75 years combined expert experience, Iacono's is the place for you. For haircuts, for a straight razor shave, for a relaxing grooming experience, for the best of the best in the business, visit or call Iacono's at 854-8258.
The home for local sports. Sports Radio 1350 WOIK.
Back at Panther Stadium here at Central York High School, we continue to slugfest back and forth, taking the lead 21-14. Red Lion with 11 minutes, 14 seconds remaining in our second quarter, brought to you by Broadway Transmission. And this, Fast Signs kickoff. It's Elijah Workinger. After scoring a touchdown, tees it up. He kicks it deep and returned at the 5-yard line out to the 20. And he's met there. Returning is Syer Cornelius. Great job on the kickoff coverage from Red Lion. So here comes Cade Pribula. See if he has yet again another answer for this Red Lion defense. Cade Pribula, the senior, verbal commit to Delaware, has his brother Bo Pribula out at wide receiver. 3 wide receivers, 1 tight end set. The handoff goes up the middle to Hunter Werner. Hunter Werner dodging defenders and gets a nice 9-yard gain, setting up a 2nd and 1. I'm sorry, 2nd and 8. Ball spotted at the 28-yard line. Second and 2 from the 28. Cade Pribula in the shotgun. 3 wide receivers and a tight end. Cade looks down the middle, wide open to his tight end, tripping and getting across midfield. A nice 21-yard gain. Quick pass to the tight end, Reed Hirschner.
And that time he found a soft spot in the zone, and Hirschner was able to exploit it. But these one-on-one matchups, especially over the middle with the athleticism of these receivers, are really not doing well for the Lions' defense. And he can pick you apart if you want to sit in zone with Pribula. With throws like that, show you just why.
After a 23-yard gain, Panthers get just into Lion territory. Cade will drop back to pass again on 1st and 10. Tries to scramble, and a great job retracing his steps and making the tackle for a short gain. Defensive end Bailey Royer, 6'3", 188-pound junior. Cade will get a gain of 1.
And Royer was fired up after that tackle, and he should, because he saved about 10, 12 yards on that run from Pribula.
Pribula had a lot of space, and anytime you can get a hit on a great quarterback like Pribula, you're fired up. Pribula drops back to pass, and he throws the screen to Hunter Werner. Hunter Werner catches at the 47, shakes, and he's out to the 42-yard line before he is suplexed down by number 14, Kobe Martin.
Violent tackle there. I mean, a lot of guys holding on to him. Ref might not have been able to see that in all the mess, but first real play we've seen from Martin. Big corner out there.
A 7-yard gain on the screen to Hunter Werner. Pribula with 3 wide receivers. Gives a handoff up the left side to Hunter Werner. Hunter Werner blowing guys out of his way, runs into the back of his own offensive lineman, gets enough for the first down and then some. A gain of 7 on the run.
He's running angry, number 26 in orange, Hunter Werner. He's fired up, and in big games like this, you need that kind of contribution from your running back.
Who do you think's hungrier? Hunter Werner when he gets the ball, or this offensive line when they sit down for dinner?
I don't know. That's a good one, but I'm not sure. I mean, 63 on the defensive line, Spence Stevens. He looks like a hungry dude.
Stevens clocks in at 6'10", 370. The handoff up the right side to Hunter Werner as he continues to eat up yards and gets a 4-yard gain. 3-yard gain, 2nd and 7, out to the 32-yard line.
I mean, you played a little D-line, back in your day. Did you feel like you had to eat? Were you forcing yourself to eat to add those calories?
I didn't have to force anything. I just seafood diet. You see it, you eat it. Pribula gets the snap and handoff around the left side. Hunter Werner bowling over defenders and gets down to the 29-yard line. Setting up a 2nd and 6. Werner again on the ground, gets the carry. He's tripped up and brought down around the 25-yard line. See if this is spotted for a first down. Looks like he's just shy of the line to gain. Setting up a 4th down and a chain link.
There's no way the offense, but how these offenses have been going so far, there's no way they're coming off on this 4th and 1.
Full house backfield, timeout, Panthers.
It's their second charge timeout of the half. I mean, you got to get this play right. It's early in the game, but with both defenses showing little to no resistance, you got to get this one right, especially if the Central York defense can't get it together.
So we've seen a nice mix from both offenses so far, doing a great job of just taking what the defense is giving you. That's something you'll see a lot from both these coaches. As I said, preparation this week, leaving no boxes unchecked, getting ready for opening up against a nice rival for division play.
And you talk about the coaching here. Now you're in an interesting position. You run the ball 3 times with Hunter Werner. He's getting you yards. So you have the opportunity to give it to him to try to churn out this one. But when you have a quarterback like Cade Pribula, you open up some play action. I mean, it's risky. It's risky on 4th down, but you probably have guys on Red Lion kind of playing up in the flat, trying to stop the run, assuming that that's what they're going to do. So this could be a sneaky play from Coach Oswalt if he wants to take a risk.
And watch out for tight end Reed Hirschner, 6'3", 200-pound senior. He's a great pass-catching tight end. He's a weapon. Pribula goes from the shotgun. In the backfield is Hunter Werner. And the give to Werner, he puts his head down and fights ahead for that 1 yard they needed for the first down. Move those chains.
And that's, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And Werner, as we said earlier, really running tough yardage against this line.
Panthers back to the line of scrimmage. 1st and 10 from the 24-yard line. Pribula has 3 wide receivers. He looks downfield. Firing to his right. It's Sayer Cornelius diving at the 2-yard line. The ball is just out of his reach. Cade Pribula with the long throw across the field. On the defense is Randy Pfizer.
Man, that was a borderline double coverage, but a throw that was almost there. That would have been a really tough catch to make, extended and keeping a foot in for Cornelius, but Perbula shows you he'll throw any throw. You put any coverage on those guys, he knows he can fit it in.
Cornelius running a great corner route there. That's a long throw when you're going from the left hash, throwing all the way across the field. There you see the talented arm from Cade Pribula. From the shotgun, 3 wides. And Cade will keep it, dancing in the backfield, trying to buy time. Nothing doing. Pressure from the defense, and it's big number 52. Kyron Gordon Bay, the 6'2", 235-pound sophomore, able to bring the pressure and make the play.
Well, and they sniffed that out early, but Perbula almost got him. He got me. I thought he handed it off there.
Got me. Loss of 5, 3rd and 15. This is 4-down territory for this offense. Pribula looks to his left, finds his brother Bo. Bo catches the ball at the 12-yard line, escapes the defender, and into the end zone. It's a 29-yard pitch and catch. Cade Pribula to brother Bo Pribula, and Bo Pribula with the touchdown.
That soft spot in the zone. Pribula found it, sniffed it out, knew where it was, and in the open field, the freshman, Bo Pribula, putting the moves on and getting in. Man, that's a good connection there from the brothers, and just shows you those Thanksgiving football games have to get pretty competitive.
It's an easy pitch and catch, right? Just like it's the backyard. There's a flag. Looks like this one's going to be coming back. Hold against the Panthers. So scratch that. No touchdown on the play. Brought back for a penalty. Boy, talk about shooting yourself in the foot and making mistakes.
And that's deflating. I didn't even see the flag got thrown. Must have been a late flag, but, man, that one hurts. 3rd and 25 now.
So wipe that off. And 3rd and 25, Pribula to throw. Finds Bo again. And Bo is trying to get some extra yards running backwards. Gets down to the 32-yard line. So he'll get 7 back.
I mean, you got to think 49 will be a little tough for Nick Basil. So you're just by default in 4th down territory. This offense is too good to punt. They've been too good today.
4th and 18. Not many plays in the playbook to convert 4th and 18. See what Cade Pribula can work up here with his magical arm. Pribula down the right side. Incomplete in the end zone. Pass intended for brother Bo Pribula. It'll be a turnover on downs and our first stop on defense tonight. Great job, this Lions defense, not allowing the big play like they did last week against Chambersburg.
Yeah, and that's a big stop for them as well now. Central started out perfect on 3rd down, now 0 for 2 on their last 2. So you talked about bowing up on defense and red line. And 4th and 18, that's a tough play. You got your safeties and your corners sitting back. You know you got to protect the sticks, but still got to make the play, and they did.
Just under 5 minutes left to go in our Broadway transmission second quarter. Red Lion goes to work from the 32-yard line. The handoff will go up the middle to Tyler Ness. Tyler Ness, following blockers, gets a gain of 5. Maybe a gain of 4, so 2nd and 6 from the 36. Great job in the trenches from this Lions offensive line. You saw the surge, and Ness able to follow his blockers.
He's running behind that monster, the fridge, Elijah Workinger.
Out of the shotgun is Menser. To his left is Ness. Fakes the handoff to Ness and throws it to the left side. And making a move, getting past the defender across midfield, down to the 40, across the 40, still at the 34-yard line is wide receiver number 21, Devontae Dennis, the sophomore, 6'6", 196 pounds.
Yeah, we knew we were going to see a lot of him on defense playing the D-line, being the starting end, but, man, if he has that kind of explosiveness on offense, you might be seeing a little more of him, especially at that height.
40-yard pitch and catch On the play for Menser. Connects with Dennis. It's a handoff. Nope, faked handoff, and Menser's going to keep it. Met by a host of Panthers after getting a couple yards. The Lions defense gets a great stop, and then they get the ball back after a turnover on downs and get a big splash 40-yard play marching in Panthers territory. 2nd and 8 from the 32-yard line of the Panthers. Red line. Menser in the shotgun with 3 wide receivers, and the up back, Elijah Workinger. Fakes the handoff to the left to Ness, and Menser keeps it himself. Breaking tackle, still on his feet inside the 10-yard line, and where he's finally drugged down after a gain of 22.
Man, up the middle, Zach Menser has found so much space up the middle, breaking tackles. It's, really, he's showing you what that size can do, but if you're looking at this tape from a Central York perspective, you got to make some of these tackles to bring the big man down. He's getting a lot of extra yardage after the contact, the yak.
And that puts him well over the 100-yard mark. Broaches a century mark tonight for rushing is Zach Menser. He's in the shotgun with 3 wide receivers, and he gives the ball to Tyler Ness, trying to work the left side of that defensive line. He's brought down after a couple. 2nd and 7. From the 7.
And we didn't really see a lot of looks, as we talked about with Devontae Dennis in there, but he's lined up wide on this 3 of the last 4 plays. Look for them to exploit the matchup if they want to throw a jump ball. Darnell Johnson and Mason Myers give off some size to him.
Menser fakes the handoff and keeps it himself around the left side. And coming through, making the big hit, is number 5, Bo Pribula. The strong safety, and it's gain of 1 for Zach Menser. So inside of our Weckers Carpet red zone, 3rd and 6 from the 6.
And if you're Red Lion here, scoring obviously is priority number 1, but being the last score of the half is something you're also trying to do. Not to, put more pressure on you or mess up your offense, but that's really important here.
Play clock ticks down, and the Lions are going to take a timeout, talk things over as they go 3rd and goal from the 6-yard line. 1 minute, 11 seconds remaining in our second quarter, brought to you by Broadway Transmission.
We knew this was going to be a fun one. We did. And seeing what this last 1.5 minutes, or 1 minute and 11 seconds rather, has in store for us is going to be fun. But, regardless of the score, and Central York has proven it now twice and last year too, you can never count them out. Regardless of what the score is, this second half is going to be a blast too.
So far in this first half from Red Lion on offense, it's been a heavy dose of just a few guys. Zach Menser, Tyler Ness, the running back, getting some carries, but Zach Menser leading the team in rushing. And then as far as passing is concerned, it's been shovel passes to Elijah Workinger, and no pun intended, but it's working.
It is.
And they've opened it up on this drive, throwing the first pass completion to another receiver in Dennis, which went for 40 yards. And here we go, Red Lion out of the timeout, set up with 3rd and goal from the 6. In motion goes Pfizer, and it's a shovel pass to Workinger. Workinger puts his head down, and into the end zone goes Elijah Workinger. Again with the shovel pass for 6 yards. And we have a flag down. It's going to be a hold. So wipe that off. Hold against the Lions.
Calling it both ways. No homerism here.
That's how they scored on the last possession. It was a 4-yard shovel pass to Elijah Workinger. That would have been the 5th time they've run that play.
It's worked almost every single time.
It has worked every single time.
Whether it be chunk yards or just in for the touchdown. But we saw how difficult it was for Central York to rebound after the holding penalty on the touchdown, and just as difficult here, 3rd and 16 for Red Lion.
Pretty sure that was Johnny Walker or Roland the Boz Bosman throwing the flag on that infraction.
And Coach Shea out on the field. Official timeout.
Coach Jesse Shea visibly perturbed, as anyone would after wiping off the touchdown. And we saw that on the last possession. Before the turnover of downs, we saw Central York score a touchdown and get wiped off from a penalty. So again, these teams shooting themselves in the foot, and this is a great opportunity. Central York really needs to capitalize on this. Bo Prabula up and get a stop.
Bo Prabula up, yeah, they definitely do. I mean, Red Lion was able to do it last time. And that timeout from the officials to put 5 extra seconds on the clock. We'll go back up to 1:11 in our second quarter.
Good, more football. Keep putting time back on that clock.
I mean, it's an offense that's done a lot through the middle, Red Lion, and running the ball, but they're going to have to come up with something different on 3rd and 16.
Again, we talked about the talented legs that both these teams have. So Red Lion takes another timeout. We'll take it with them, and we'll be back to see what happens on 3rd and 16.
Serving York for over 50 years, Vito's Pizza. Check out their daily lunch specials Monday through Friday, 11 till 2. 2 slices of pizza and a small soda, only $3.99, or a small sub for only $4.25. Monday night, 2 large cheese pizzas for only $15.99. Tuesday, a large stromboli and large pitcher of soda, just $11.99. Wednesday, a large cheese pizza and large pitcher of soda, just $11.49. Vito's open till midnight, Monday through Thursday till 1 a.m., Fridays and Saturdays. Dine in at 1734 South Queen Street, York, or get carry-out. Call 843-1143.
Local sports on WOIK are brought to you by Maple Donuts, York's great-tasting family tradition.
Back here at Panther Stadium, home of the Central York Panthers, playing host to the Red Lion Lions, and the Lions have the lead 21-14. It's 3rd and 16 from the 16 inside their Weckers Carpet red zone. We talked about the talent they have at leg for Elijah Workinger. He can kick field goals, so is this 4-down territory? Or will they try to go for the end zone here and go for 3 with Elijah? Here comes Zach Mentzer at quarterback into shotgun with 4 wide receivers rolling out to his right. Fires it through the middle of the field, making a diving, sliding catch. Is Randy Pfizer for the 16-yard pitch and catch. Zach Mentzer gets it done on 3rd and goal.
And he wasn't in the starting lineup, Randy Pfizer, and you're waiting to see when he was going to make his first impact here. A guy that returns kicks, can play defense and offense. It was only a matter of time, though, he did something. And to go from you want to take, if you take a conservative there, you go up 2 scores heading into the half. But now you're going up 14. That's a big play and a big throw from Mentzer.
Randy Pfizer gets his first catch of the night for 16 yards and a touchdown, and the kick is through and good for Elijah Workinger. A great finish to this drive, especially after shooting themselves in the foot with the holding penalty, getting the touchdown wiped off. Able to overcome adversity and finish the drive.
Yeah, we can have some fun here, too, because when you look at offenses and how explosive the Central York offense is, 1:05 is a long time. Granted, you only have 1 timeout left, but still, with a quarterback like Prabula, 1:05, that could feel like forever.
So back for our Fast Signs kickoff is Elijah Workinger teeing it up, back to return deep for the Central York Panthers. Mason Myers and Sierre Cornelius. Minute 5 remaining in our first half. And with the 2-score lead, 28-14, the Lions kick it deep. This is going to be returnable. Syer Cornelius fielding the return. Makes a cut. Not much to do there. Out to the 24-yard line. We'll see Cade Pribula come back out with a minute left before halftime. See if he can march his Panthers down the field and try to get another strike, try to light up the scoreboard before halftime and get some momentum back.
Yeah, and going back to the initial conversation we had at the beginning of the show, Elijah Workinger, he's a guy that kicks the ball deep and really plays the field position battle well. That's three of the 4 kickoffs he had has started before the 25-yard line.
So utilizing the field position from the 24-yard line of the Panthers. Cade Pribula gets the snap, looks to throw, looks to his left, fires it to the left, and finds his tight end at the 37-yard line. A 13-yard pitch and catch from Cade Pribula to Reed Hirschner. And back on the ball is Pribula. Looking to his right now, he'll scramble, trying to buy some time, throws it to Hunter Werner out of the backfield. Hunter Werner is smacked down at the 44-yard line by Elijah Workinger. That'll be a gain of 7. And a timeout, Panthers.
Their third and final.
Great job by Hunter Werner leaking out of the backfield. Turning into a safety valve for quarterback Cade Pribula and getting 7 yards.
An athletic throw on the jump throw from Pribula, but great blocking from the offensive line. And right there, as we saw, keeping the play alive. He thought about running it, realized where he was at on the field, opted for the safe bet. You got to burn the time out there, what hurts, but positive yards will never hurt you.
So you're running that 2-minute offense, that hurry-up offense. You try to utilize the sidelines to stop the clock. High school, you can get a first down, stop the clock, hurry up to the ball. But a lot of times you'll get that middle of the field wide open when defenses are trying to protect the sidelines, as you see 4 guys way deep. And Cade Pribula drops back to pass. He fires it to the left. Hit as he let go of the ball. That ball falls harmlessly to the turf, intended for Taylor Wright Rawls, one of the main targets for Cade Pribula. And already has 2 touchdowns receiving on the night.
And you don't see that too often with this offensive line, but both Royer and Devontae Dennis causing the pressure, and a big wrap up there for those guys. And Pribula takes a snap. Dump off now to Hunter Werner. He's got space on the screen. Coming up to make the play is number 8, but he missed the tackle. Werner's still going. He's running hard, and he gets all the way to the 33-yard line. That'll stop the clock until they get set. 22.3 seconds left, but Werner, big play there all the way up in the territory of the Red Lion Lions.
A 32-yard pitch and catch for the Panthers, and they're marching into Lion territory. And the ball will be spiked to stop the clock. 19 seconds left in the Broadway transmission second quarter.
19 seconds now. 33. So a lot of options, but that's a perfectly run screen pass. It does eat up some clock, but Werner, again, he's refusing to be tackled by the first guy.
And Pribula takes the snap, fires it to the left. It's Hunter Rawls, and he's taken out at the 20-yard line. A 13-yard pitch and catch for the first down.
Alertly getting out of bounds there. Thought about making the cut and jumping in, but he knew he had to stop the clock. All the fans and teammates are screaming out too, so that helps.
Back on the ball are the Panthers from the 20-yard line. Pribula in the shotgun. Drops back to Path. And rolling out to his right buying time, intended for Bo. Bo Pribula pulls it down. A great catch. High pointing the ball, showing off his athleticism. Brought down at the 6-yard line. 14-yard pitch and catch. And they are back on the ball. 4 seconds, 3 seconds, and the ball is spiked with 2.5 seconds remaining. And we'll see what head coach Josh Oswald plans to do. The ball is at the 6-yard line. 2.5 seconds left. Enough for one play or a field goal. And the offense is staying on the field.
Wow. Totally in Basil's range, but in this game, this magnitude, you got to go for it here.
Play is stopped. It's going to be a timeout. Red line before the play can get off. So Jesse Shea wanted to see how the Panthers came out to line up, and he'll adjust accordingly. The scene is 2.5 seconds remaining in our first half. Lions lead by 2 scores, 28-14 over Central York Panthers. Ball is spotted at the 6-yard line. You got Cade Pribula, a seasoned veteran at quarterback. You've got a lot of talent at wide receiver. His brother, a freshman, Bo Pribula, 6'2". Also, Syer Cornelius, 5'11", 175 pounds. And Reed Hirschner, his tight end, 6'3", 200-pound senior. Also, Taylor Wright-Rawls, who already has 2 receiving touchdowns tonight, 6'2", 175-pound sophomore.
It's really interesting here. You go in the zone on defense. It's a condensed zone, gives you more things. It'd be a little tougher to find a hole in it for Pribula. You go, man, you got all that athleticism and Cornelius and Wright-Rawls to try to stop, and Hirschner in the middle, so it's a really tough call for Coach Shea on what he wants to do for defense, but time to shine if you're Cade Pribula.
Pribula's in the shotgun. 3 wide receivers, 2 to the near side along with the tight end. 1 to the top side. Pribula drops back, pump fakes, throws it to the right, and diving for the catch is Syer Cornelius. So 6 yards, Cade Pribula connects with senior wide receiver Syer Cornelius, who had one-on-one coverage. The right side of the field, does a great job coming back to the ball, diving and making the catch. And now we have Nick Basil on the field to attempt the extra point. And with authority, the extra point is good. And taking us into halftime, the Central York Panthers get back on the board and bring the lead down to 1 score. So that is our halftime score. Red Lion leads 28, Central York 21.
When you work with an independent insurance agent, you put the power of choice to work for you. Independent agents know several companies and their coverages, which means more options. And because companies like Donegal Insurance Group use the independent agent system, you not only get quality insurance, you also save money. The independent insurance agent system. Discover the power of choice. Contact Kochman Kunkel Insurance at 717-854-0300 or stop in at 3217 East Market Street, York. Locally owned and operated by Pam and Rudy Kochman. Kochman Kunkel Insurance.
Hey, it's the good-looking genius at Broadway Transmission. You know what really grinds my gears? Perfectly good cars being thrown away just because the transmission went bad. My mind slips into overdrive when someone says,
I'll just get a new car before I spend that kind of money on a transmission.
What? According to Kelley Blue Book, the average price of a new car is $32,000. Now you're going to finance that, right? There's another $6,000 to $8,000. And if you drive it off the showroom floor, it loses 20% of its value immediately. Don't forget, you also have to pay sales tax, higher insurance rates, title and registration fees, and come up with $600, $700, $800 a month depending on your interest rates for 5 years. And remember, you will still have to pay for the upkeep of the car. brakes, tires, wipers, fluids, etc. Stop! Trade your transmission, not your car.
Thanks, good-looking genius.
You're welcome, ma'am. Broadway Transmission. We'll get your shift together and save you all that dough. Visit us on the web at BroadwayTrans.com or stop in and see how it's done.
Hunters Hill Orthodontics is a longtime staple in the orthodontic care community. With offices in York and Dillsburg, our practice's top priority is to provide you with the highest quality orthodontic care in a friendly, comfortable environment. Call our York offices, 1910 Kenneth Road, at 767-6694 to make your appointment, or at 1399 South Queen Street, 885-5468. Or in Dillsburg, call 502-1186. We've got your smile at Hunters Hill Orthodontics.
First in York, first in sports. Sports Radio 1350, WOYK.
Welcome back to Central York for our Vito's Pizza halftime show, and plenty to talk about here at our halftime break. It's been an exciting first half. Right now, let's recap that first half. Let's go through our scoring recap brought to you by Brown's Orchard and Farm Market. Brett?
All right, so this game started out from the 31-yard line. Red Line had it, drove all the way down the field, and scored on a 4-yard run from Zach Menser to make it 7-0. Central York responds accordingly with a 32-yard pass from Cade Perbula to number 11, Taylor Wright Rawls. After that, Red Line gets back on the board with a 32-yard TD run from number 12, Zach Menser, his second of the game to make it 14-7. And again, Cade Perbula and Taylor Wright Rawls respond. This time, a 30-yard hookup to tie the game at 14. After that, the Panthers got on the board again for a touchdown. After it was number 11. Oh, my bad. Excuse me on that one. It was number 4, Zaire Cornelius. He scored for the 6-yard touchdown to end the half. But on the Red Lion side, Zach Menser, he got the last lap before, or he didn't get the last lap before the halftime, but he got the last score. It was a pass to number 8, Ben Hornberger. He scored to make it 28-21. A little botched up here with the holding penalties. Scratched up my board a little bit here to make it a little difficult for me, but in all, 28-21 Red Line.
And that is our scoring recap, brought to you by Brown's Orchard and Farm Market. Joining us here live at Central York, and now we see the marching band for Red Line on the field. Say drum up, play some tunes for us, entertain our halftime show. If we look at some of this first half action, it's been a lot of fun, Brett, and it's been back and forth all night, exactly what we expected to see. Opening up division play with this rivalry, and this is what it's all about. I mean, undefeated Central York comes in facing a 2-1 Red Lion team, and here we sit at halftime, Red Lion 28, Central York 21. We'll let the Red Lion marching band take us off into break, and we'll be back with more of our Vito's Pizza halftime show.
Sports injury? Walk into WellSpan Urgent Orthopedics for immediate care. No appointment is ever needed. Our orthopedic and sports medicine specialists are here to treat you. Visit wellspan.org/urgent orthopedics today for hours at our York and Hanover locations.
Today it seems everybody is offering a discount on car insurance, but at what price? Reduced protection, impersonal service. At State Farm, you can earn discounts and still get full service and dependable protection from the world's largest car insurer. See me, Trish Hauser, 1865 Susquehanna Trail North, York, for the State Farm multiple line discount. With State Farm, you get an agent you can depend on and an insurance company you can trust. For the details on State Farm's multiple line discount, see me, Trish Hauser.
Stony Brook Family Restaurant, located at 3560 East Market Street in York, is open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner from 5 a.m. to 9 p.m. Completely remodeled, Stony Brook is the home of good food and hospitality at reasonable prices. Proudly serving the York area for over 30 years, Stony Brook is family-owned and now also serves beer and wine. For home cooking, homemade soup, steaks, seafood, our famous roasted chicken, or just about anything, visit Stony Brook Family Restaurant, 3560 East Market Street in York.
Hi, this is Dan Patrick. Join me weekday mornings at 9 on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
And back here in Central York, where the Red Lions lead 28-21. Let's take a look at our halftime stats presented to you by Vito's Pizza.
Let's look at the home crowd, hometown Central York Panthers stats for our first half. Running back Hunter Warner has 10 carries for 38 yards. Quarterback Cade Pribula has 5 carries for 29 yards. Passing, Cade Pribula 10 for 14 with 177 yards and 2 touchdowns. Impressive through the air for the first half. No interceptions. And his targets, finishing off our first half with 1 catch for a 6-yard touchdown, is Syer Cornelius. Taylor Wright Rawls has 4 catches for 95 yards and 2 touchdowns. Brother of quarterback Cade Pribula, Bo Pribula, the freshman, comes in with 3 catches for 38 yards. And rounding off the offense is 2 catches for 36 yards. The tight end Reed Hirschner, also 2 catches for 14 yards. Out of the backfield is Hunter Warner. For Redline on offense, it's been electric from this team, and spreading it around to a couple stars is quarterback Zach Menser. On the ground, leading the team in rushing, quarterback Zach Menser, 8 carries for 114 yards. Starting running back, Tyler Ness has 8 carries for 53 yards. Passing, Zach Menser, 6 for 8 with 91 yards and 2 touchdowns. Main receiver tonight is the tight end, H-back Elijah Workinger, 4 catches for 44 yards and a touchdown. Also getting a catch in tonight is Devontae Dennis, 1 catch for 40 yards. And Randy Pfizer has 1 catch for 16 yards and a touchdown. That wraps up our Kochman Kunkel Insurance Group halftime stats. You're listening to the Vito's Pizza halftime show live from Central York. Red Line on top, 28-21 over the Panthers. And we'll take a break and come back with more of our Vito's Pizza halftime show.
Get your football party started with great Best Yet products from your neighborhood Sure Save markets. Pick up party platters with $18.93 deli items. Team up Best Yet hot dogs and hamburgers with Best Yet rolls. Get Best Yet 12 packs of soda and Best Yet Rising Crust pizzas at Saubles Markets in Shrewsbury, Stewartstown, Whiteford, and East York. And Nell's Market Fresh Foods in Spry.
Unique Physique is now accepting clients for personal training for mornings and evenings. Sports-specific training customized for your son or daughter's specific need. Whether it's weight loss, toning up, or getting in shape, maybe an upcoming wedding, John Kirchner has helped train hundreds of satisfied clients reach their goals. John is a sports performance coach with a master's in exercise science and injury prevention. Improve your performance, get better, get stronger, get faster. Start now. Immediate openings available. Call John at 873-0234. Unique Physique, 3432 East Market Street, York.
You hear a lot about CPAP masks these days, but here's something you don't hear much about. Over half of the people who wear a CPAP mask for sleep stop wearing it within a year. How's that working for you? Dr. Gordon Bell would like you to hear this. York Dental Sleep Therapy has dental options that can help many of those people. If you or someone you live with is struggling with sleep apnea, visit yorksleep.com and see how Dr. Gordon Bell can help return your home to peaceful nights of deep, restful sleep. If you're groggy during the workday, if you wake up feeling exhausted, if you would like to get your nighttime sleep patterns back to a healthy state, get a confirmation from your doctor, then meet with Dr. Bell at his office on West Market Street in Hallam. He'll evaluate your symptoms and discuss which treatments would best suit your situation. Dr. Bell can restore restful sleep and get you feeling better day and night. York Dental Sleep Therapy. Call 316-1299 or visit yorksleep.com to learn more.
Listen live, on demand, and on the go. Download the new WOYK app on the Apple and Google Play stores today.
Welcome back to Central York and our Vito's Pizza halftime show as we listen to the Red Line Marching Band. Again, a little shout out to all the marching bands and pep bands around the area. A lot of times we focus on these football games, but a lot of time and effort goes into these bands, and tell you what, they do a great job week in and week out. I've being able to be in this broadcast booth and watching these bands week in and week out, I've gained even more respect than I already had for these folks. They do a wonderful job. Great to listen to them during our halftime show. And let's kick it over to Brett Petrak and get our scoreboard update. So let's take a look around the league and see what else is going on in York Adams play.
All right, thank you, Gareth. So at halftime, Kennerdale looking to pitch their third shutout of the season. They're up 27-0 at the half over Big Springs. DeLone Catholic holding their own, bolstering both their offensive and defensive numbers. They lead York Tech 42-0 at halftime. Dover 21-0 over Susquehannock, a game that thought would be closer, but only the second quarter there. Fairfield and Biglerville all knotted up at 14. Gettysburg in a shocker, so 35-0 over West York. 35-0 over West York in the second quarter. Bermudian Springs leads Hanover 21-0. Northeastern 28, Spring Grove 0 in the second quarter. At half, Dallastown 14, Southwestern 0. And York High 50 in the second quarter, 50-14 over New Oxford. That offense still rolling strong too. At the half, York Suburban 21, East York 7. And our game that, as we talked about, the second most exciting game of the week, in the second quarter, Littlestown leads York Catholic 13-12. Talk about a hard-fought game there.
Yeah, we talked about that before this matchup, that was going to be a great game to watch to see who comes out and starts to change the narrative of their season as we move forward throughout this 2018 slate of York Adams football. So that is our scoreboard.
If you've been thinking of going to college and you would like to play sports when you get there, join our team. Earn a Penn State degree and continue to play the sports you love. 6 collegiate sports are now available, including baseball, soccer, men's basketball, women's softball, and women's volleyball. For more information, check out our website at PennStateYorkSports.com. Once again, that's PennStateYorkSports.com.
Every day, Fast Signs helps businesses like yours with their visual communications. We ask the right questions, recommend smart solutions, and help you build your business. Our knowledgeable consultants uncover your communication challenges and provide visible solutions. At Fast Signs, we're innovators, planners, and designers. We're more than fast, more than signs, and we're more than ready to help. Contact Fast Signs today.
Visit our store next to Sam's Club in East York or visit us online at fastsigns.com.
Your teams all the time. York's only place for local sports. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Central York High School as the Central York Panthers come out after our halftime break and get ready to go for the Maple Donuts third quarter. And Brett, we look back at this first half, we go into the locker rooms and talk about Coach's Pep Talk, which is brought to you by Iacono's Hair Design. It was a point of emphasis for Redline coming into this game, coming off of that tough loss at Chambersburg. Don't give up the big plays. Don't let anyone run past the defense. Don't let anyone take the top off of the defense. And Redline's done a great job of that in the first half, not allowing big splash plays and holding the Central York offense to limited gains, not get that big play that's going to swing the momentum of the game. So expect that defense to stick to those keys and continue that in the second half.
Yeah, absolutely. They've done a great job. I mean, the 30-yard pitch and catches, they're big plays to some people, but when you were giving up 79, 90-yard plays last week, this is definitely an improvement. And, it's going to be so exciting in this half, especially with Central getting the ball first after scoring. You want to talk about bowing up, it's time for the Red Lion defense here.
And for Central York, the big keys for them this second half, let's see them get a stop on defense. This offense for Redline has been really a three-headed monster with Menser, Ness, and Workinger. So stop those guys, stop the bleeding. You're down one score headed into the third quarter with a lot of ball left to play. This defense needs to bow up for Central, and I think they'll be okay on offense with Cade Pribula at the helm.
Yeah, and it's like they just need one more play. They got him the 3rd and 16. You got to make that stop there. Those 3rd and 6s, the 3rd and 10s, the 3rd and 12s, you got to make the one last play. That's what this defense is missing. Once they're able to do that and get the ball turned over on downs or punted to them and just try to stop this offense that's been dynamic, whether it be from the shovel pass or Zach Menser running up the middle. I mean, it's clicking here. And we knew it was going to be a tough Red Lion team after a loss. We knew it wasn't going to be a cakewalk for Central here, and it's proven to be the most exciting game of the week, and it's an unbelievable way that, if you think about it, to open up divisional play. And if this is any forewarning of what this season is going to be like in Division I, man, we're in for a good one.
So those are our Iocano Hair Design coaches pep talk coming out of halftime as we get set to go for our Maple Donuts third quarter. And we knew it coming into this game. We expected both these teams to be very well matched, and we expected them to go toe-to-toe with each other, as we've seen in this first half. So 28-21, Red Lion leading over Central York as we get prepared for our third quarter. And talking about them going toe-to-toe, this game should be tied up. It really should, because the only touchdown that the only drive that didn't lead to a touchdown was a turnover on downs, and there was already a touchdown scored. It was wiped off the board by a holding call, and another penalty set Central back even more, and they weren't able to overcome that adversity, got the turnover on downs, and that's the only time we've seen a drive not end with a score tonight for Central York, and that's why they're down one score.
And I like how you talk about overcoming adversity, because when you look at everything we talk about, especially when you're breaking down a game, you talk about every single scenario, like whose rushing attack's going to be going at the rushing defense, who wins that battle, who wins the passing offense versus the passing defense. But now they're in mirrored situations. They score, the play comes all the way back, 3rd and 16, 3rd and 16. Central York can't get it done, Red Lion gets it done. And that's the difference here if you look at it. There's a lot of other things that factor into the difference, but if you just put it on that play, I mean, execution both ways, and you'd think with a sizable yardage line to gain that it'd be the advantage for Central York with how good Pribula is. But it was actually Menser coming up, making a great throw to Reiser, or Pfizer, I should say. So,
and more to that tune about being the difference is we knew these teams could go toe-to-toe. And both these coaches are great schematically, but when it comes down to it, it's not all about the X's and O's. It's about the Willies and Joes. And both these teams have those playmakers. Red Lion fell victim to that last week when there were some players that Chambersburg had making these big plays, incredible running back, breaking big runs. So, yeah, you're going to continue to see these teams go toe-to-toe.
And I've never heard that one before. But now we have big number 11, Elijah Workinger, kicking it off. Zaire Cornelius is going to field it at the 20-yard line. He's going to run up the right side. A huge block laid to get him some yardage, and he fights his way up to the 32-yard line. Great downfield block by number 23 on the Central York Panthers. Judah Tome laid the pain there to give Zaire Cornelius a couple extra yards, and Central York start this drive at the 32-yard line.
So expect to see a lot more Cade Pribula dropping back to pass in this second half. Had a lot of success in that first half, going 10 for 14 for 177 yards and 2 touchdowns.
And Pribula with 2 receivers to his right, 1 to his left. Werner in the backfield now takes a snap, looking to throw, fires it over. It'll be caught by Wright Rawls at the 40. He shakes a tackler, and he's got some space, puts a juke move on. Now he's going to fight his way all the way up past midfield to the 48-yard line of Red Lion. Great run after catch for Taylor Wright Rawls. He's fired up. And Central York with a positive play to start the half.
19-yard pitch and catch. Great job. Sophomore. He's a sophomore.
And he's having a huge game so far. 2 touchdowns already. He's got all the makings of a stud here in this offense. Now Pribula. Again, Wright Rawls to his left. Mason Myers and Zaire Cornelius to his right. Werner in the backfield. Pribula takes a snap. He's going to throw again. Now rolls out. Got some pressure coming, and he breaks it and gets up, but loses yards in the end. Great way to break some yards, break some tackles, a fight for yards is Cade Pribula. Number 21, Devontae Dennis, causing the pressure and making the wrap in the backfield. And it'll be 2nd and 13 from the Panthers' 48-yard line after the 3-yard loss.
Great job coming upfield and bringing the pressure. Defensive tackle Kyron Gordon-Bay, 235-pound sophomore, flushes Pribula out of the pocket.
And with a quarterback that good, that's just what you have to do here if you're Red Lions D-line. Now Pribula, Werner behind him. He's throwing again, 3 straight plays. He's going to run. He's got some space, breaks a tackle, heading up past midfield, puts a spin move on, and he's going again. He's heading to the 38-yard line. Big spin move to get the first down, showing the athleticism, keeping the play alive, and getting some real positive yardage.
15 yards on the run for Cade Pribula. You see he's able to get it done with his arm and his feet.
Pribula with the big set left with Hirschner. Werner in the backfield from the 37-yard line. Trips right. Now takes a snap. He's going to throw for a 4th straight time. Pressure coming. He fires it across the way, and it's intercepted. Picked off by number 14. Kobe Martin. An ill-advised throw with pressure in his face, and a rare mistake for Cade Pribula. Just what the Red Lions dialed up after the half. But it just didn't seem like him on that throw.
Well, great job, great call from the defensive Red Line, calling a delayed blitz and shooting through the gap, bringing the pressure on the blitz, forces Cade Pribula to make that errant throw. He just saw some color downfield, just threw it up, and a great play.
And Red Line will start to drive at their 32-yard line. Metzger now hands it off. Mentzer hands it up to Nesh. He's going to fights forward to about the 38-yard line. Tyler Ness, the senior captain. There's a second turnover of the game for Central York. The turnover on downs being the other one on the 4th and 16 play.
We must be bad luck for Cade Pribula. He hasn't thrown an interception since the Week 1 game that we covered. He threw 2 in the first half. And his 3rd interception of the year comes when we show up.
That's not good. Trips right, Ness now in motion. Metzger takes it on the run pass option, but this play is going to be blown dead. Flag coming in from the short side. It's going to be a false start on the Lions. And we'll walk it back 5, 2nd and 8 now from the 39-yard line. Very animated. Whoop. The umpire down there. Very animated. Which one is that?
Oh, the umpire? Where we at here? We got Jake Kipp.
Yeah, he's got some
Jake Kipp fired up.
He's got some adamant hand motions there now. Mentzer with Ness. Run pass option. Mentzer's going to keep it and go up the middle and sandwiched between 2 Panthers. Keelan Stroman in there. Mason Myers in there. A whole host of Panthers bring Big Mentzer down there.
Short gain of 2, so it'll be 3rd and 5 for Mentzer. And he's going to go from the Red Lion 38-yard line, moving from our left to right. Red Line in the all-white uniforms with the black and yellow trim, black helmets.
We talked about the big plays here. Here's 3rd and 5. Huge play here for this Central defense. Mentzer puts Workinger in motion. He's going to keep it himself behind Workinger's block, but gets stuffed up the middle trying to get yards. It'll be
big number 70
yeah.
making the play. We don't have a 70 on the roster, but he was able to come through, get the initial stop, and it was Bo Pribula coming in and making a big stick.
I was looking for that number too. I was like, we're not crazy. There's no 70 on here, but rather, if he goes unnamed, he made a huge play, number 70. And they're going to go for it. 4th and 1 here. Huge play for this Central defense. Mentzer with Ness. Hands it off to Ness, and he'll fight forward and get the first down. Up to the 43-yard line, gain of 2. And Red Lion extends the drive here on a big play. Man, that was, Gareth, you think about it, that was one where you really had an opportunity to swing some momentum. You take him down there. Oh, we got it. We got the update here. Number 70 is Lake Hinderer is number 70.
Okay.
Sorry. So it's Lake Hinderer getting the proper kudos he deserves. Now another shovel pass up the middle to big Elijah Workinger. And that's going to be close to a first down, about a yard short. And it'll be a 2nd and 1 now up to the Panthers' 44-yard line.
Time and time again, we've seen them go back to that shovel pass, and it's been successful every time they've used it. The only time it doesn't work is when they get a penalty, some kind of an infraction. But Workinger able to fight through the defense and get into Panther territory. 2nd and 1 from the 48-yard line. 47, I'm sorry.
And he's fighting all day as Workinger now. Menser takes the pass. He's going to fire it up, and he'll hit number 6 in the hands, but he drops it. Is Jason Nazarenis. Hit him right in the hands off a great corner route. Mason Myers a step late, but no harm, no foul as he drops the pass.
Great anticipation from the senior quarterback, Zach Menser. He let it go at the right time, had pressure, put it in the right spot, and Jason Nazarenis turned around, and the ball was right there in his face, able to get his hands up, but wasn't able to pull it in.
And aside from that, incompletion, this Red Lion offense doing what it has to do to kill the clock and maintain this lead. Now just 6 minutes and 32 seconds left in the third quarter. Brought to you by Maple Donuts. Now Menser, with Ness behind him, is going to have to call a timeout. He doesn't know the play. Miscommunication there, calls for a timeout as Red Lion takes their first timeout of the half. We'll join them here. More to come after this.
Teamwork, commitment, and passion. Those 3 words are the foundation of what has made Brown's Orchards and Farm Market a favorite Southern York County destination for 70 years. Stop in for crisp, juicy apples, meet friends in the cafe and coffee bar, or shop the greenhouse for fall decorating. And while you're there, grab your favorite Browns football party food and cheer on your team. We applaud every player and fan for your teamwork, commitment, and passion for the game. BrownsOrchards.com.
Your county, your teams. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Back here at Panthers Stadium as the Red Lions lead the Central York Panthers 28-21, 6 minutes and 32 seconds left. Red Lion coming off the timeout. They'll have a 3rd and 1 here on the Central York 47-yard line. And a lot of electric plays offensively, but Central still searching for that key stop here on Zach Menser and crew, and they'll look to get it here. 3rd and 1, Menser in the shotgun. He's got Ness behind him, 2 receivers to his right, hands it off to Ness, and he'll power through again to get the first down all the way up to the 40-yard line. A 7-yard run for Tyler Ness.
Yeah, you see Tyler Ness just put his head down, full steam ahead. Great job keeping his legs churning, getting the first down.
And we talked about all game how hungry Hunter Werner looked when he was running the ball, fighting for extra yards and bowling through people. But these last 2 3rd and 1 plays, Tyler Ness has gotten the call and has answered it. And Ness again in the backfield, 3 to his right. Ness steps up in the pocket now. Run pass option. He hands off to Ness off the outside, and he's going to get stuffed. Ran down by number 34, Anthony Sarigos. Not allowing him to get outside and holds him for no gain. We'll do it again. 2nd and 10 from the 41-yard line now. Clock's still rolling. 5 minutes and 42 seconds left.
Superb job from Anthony Saragos to force the ball carrier east and west, not allowed to get upfield.
Now went Menser. Fakes the handoff to Ness. He's going to go up the middle again, as he's done so many times this game. Powers through tacklers. Ball comes out at the end, but they're going to call him down. Darnell Johnson in on the play. He was the one that ripped it out, but too late, as it'll be a first down.
Gain of 11.
And gain of 11 for the Lions on that play. That Garrett, I don't know, but that play has been the money play, it looks like, up the middle between that and then the quick flip to Elijah Workinger. That middle of the field has been wide open all day for this Lions offense.
Really haven't seen either team open up the playbook and go to a lot of different plays or many wrinkles. They haven't needed to so far, just a few of the bread and butter plays.
And Menser hands it off to Ness. He gets some space all the way up to the 24-yard line. Gain of 7 again, and just working some clock, making some tough runs, getting some yards himself. As we saw, it was Menser getting all the rushing yards in the first half. Ness taking the reins here.
8 carries for 114 yards in the first half for quarterback Zach Menser.
In motion for the run-pass option, and he flips it to Workinger up the middle, bowls over a couple Panthers, and finally brought down by Zaire Cornelius and Lake Hinder. Big guy. Takes a couple of Panthers to bring him down, but
Elijah Worker 5 yards on the shovel pass.
And that gets him a first down. 4 minutes and 7 seconds left. 1st and 10 from the 18-yard line of the Panthers. 2 receivers to his right, 1 to his left. He puts Pfizer in motion, now hands it to him. Pfizer looking for space on the outside, but he's met initially by Anthony Siragos and finished off by a couple other Panthers defenders, but Siragos the first to touch him. And that was a play we haven't seen yet, a little jet sweep you got to find ways to get Pfizer in. Like I said, he's a playmaker offensive, defensively, and returning. And we see a lot of players like that in this league.
And Pfizer's a 6 foot, 152-pound sophomore. He's a speedster, so absolutely get that guy the ball in space. He can make things happen.
Now Menser motions Ness up, run pass option. Menser is going to have nothing up the middle this time. Fist pumps from Coach Oswalt, and well deserved as he's going nowhere. And now it's 3rd and 10. Coach Oswald firing his team up. The bench is fired up, and may we finally get the big play this defense needs. 3rd and 10 from the 18.
It's great to see the young freshman Bo Pribula out there getting his defense fired up.
Fans getting fired up, starting the stomps in the bleachers. Right in front of us, 3rd and 10. Huge play here from the 19-yard line of the Panthers. Metzer takes it, pressure coming in, now fires, he's got a man, and it's caught by Eric Pfizer.
Pfizer pulls it in at the 1-yard line.
At the 1, definitely not in for the touchdown, but now there's a flag. Not happy was Bo Prabula and Darnell Johnson with that call. Maybe they thought it hit the ground, but the officials don't see it that way. It'll be a catch at the 1-yard line. 17-yard pitch and catch from Zach Menser to Eric Pfizer. And an unsportsmanlike conduct thrown on after that. A lot of emotion here on that play. Tough game going back and forth. And it'll be on Darnell Johnson as coach pulls him out of the game. He's still insistent that pass wasn't caught. And Coach Oswalt letting him know as well. But as it stands, 1st and goal from the 1.
2 minutes, 27 seconds remaining in the 3rd quarter.
Menser in the shotgun. Takes the snap, now hands it off up the middle to Pfizer, it looked like. And he's in for the touchdown. That was Ness. Tyler Ness on the touchdown. Did all the running the way to get down there. Gets the reward on the 1-yard touchdown pass after the pitch and catch for 17 yards, Eric Pfizer. And Red Lion opens the lead up to 34-21 here with 2 minutes and 19 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. Elijah Workinger now from Nick Schultz's hold. Kick is up and good. A 35-21 game here as the Red Lion Lions give themselves some insurance on the 1-yard run from Tyler Ness. We'll be back here on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
This year, more people are turning to waterproof flooring, and they're trusting Weckers Flooring Center to install it. That's because Weckers are the flooring experts in York County, winning Best in York 14 years running. So if you're looking for the largest flooring selection and warehouse pricing, look to Weckers Flooring Center. With hundreds of 5-star reviews online, you'll feel good about the value you get when you buy from Weckers. Waterproof flooring now at Weckers Flooring Center, East Market Street off the Route 30 Hallam exit.
Hi, this is Dan Patrick. Join me weekday mornings at 9 on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
And back here at Panthers Stadium at Central York High School, as Red Lion extends their lead to 35-21 on the Tyler Ness 1-yard touchdown run. And they had opportunities, did Central York. Long play on 3rd and 10, but Zach Menser out here making huge plays, hitting Eric Pfizer to the 1-yard line on that play. And now Elijah Workinger kicks it deep. It'll be returned by Zaire Cornelius again. He gets some yards. He's breaking free. He's got some space up the right sideline. Up to the 40-yard line. He puts a juke move on and gets all the way up to the 38-yard line. That wasn't Cornelius. That was Darnell Johnson.
A 63-yard kickoff return from Darnell Johnson.
So we saw Zaire Cornelius back there the whole entire game, it felt like, but Darnell Johnson got the unsportsmanlike conduct penalty on the other play, makes up for it huge with a 38-yard return. And just like that, the momentum swing heads back towards the Panthers.
Special teams are huge, and that's exactly the kind of play they needed here at Central York. Put this offense in great field position. They're down 2 scores, 35-21, with 2 minutes remaining in our Maple Donuts third quarter.
And now Perbula, Werner behind them, 2 out to his right, 2 out to his left. Perbula drops back, evading some pressure, and he's going to go down. Play made by number 51, Carter Yarish, coming in for the sack. A 7-yard loss on the sack, so 2nd and 17 now. Ball pushed back to the 45-yard line of Red Lion. Man, that's a big play there for the Red Lion defense after the huge kickoff return. But Perbula will do it again. 2 to his left, 1 to his right. Perbula surveys the field, fires up the middle to Reed. Hirschner leaps and brings it down at the 25-yard line, a 20-yard gain. Finding the soft spot in the middle of the zone again, Perbula delivers a strike, and Hirschner using his height to get up and pull that down. First down, Central York. The clock starts again at 1:24 here in the third quarter. Perbula with trips out to his left. Werner in the backfield. Takes a snap, now hands it off to Werner, who fights up through the middle, gets off a couple tacklers, and gets down to the 12-yard line. Hunter Werner with a 13-yard run. Back-to-back big plays, first downs for the Central York Panthers as their offense moving again.
This is the kind of resiliency you expect to see from a veteran quarterback leading his team down the field.
And keep in mind, last year they came back from 2 touchdowns. Down 2 touchdowns now. Perbula takes a snap, hands it out to Werner, and brought back in the backfield by number 45, Caden Smith. Tackle for loss there, loss of 1. And it'll be 2nd and 11. Clock ticking down to about 30 seconds by the time we get this play off.
And last week, remember that thrilling come-from-behind win, Central York against Hempfield. So it's great to have a battle-tested team early in the season. You know they can overcome and persevere.
And Perbula with trips out to the left. He looks, fires up to the end zone. Zaire Cornelius, a little bit of contact, but they're not going to call anything. An overthrown ball from Perbula. Looked like a little bit of contact on Cornelius. Well, there'll be nothing called.
Yeah, it looked like a hold there on defense, but missed by, I'm not going to say any names.
Yeah, right. We're not allowed to do that.
I won't exploit.
Regardless, 3rd and 11 now from the 15-yard line. Big play for Perbula and the Panthers. Werner in the backfield. Right Rawls to his left. Bo Perbula to his right. He sees Perbula. Now fires over the middle to Hirschner. But there looked like there was some contact again there, and there's no flag. Hirschner over the middle ran a crossing route with number 11, Taylor Wright-Rawls. Contact in there, but no call. And we'll see our first field goal attempt from number 30, Nick Basil, with 12 minutes and 4 seconds left here in the third quarter.
Cade had two guys open, but they were in the same area. It made it tough for Hirschner to concentrate and pull it in.
Tight middle of the field. The snap, the kick from Basil is up and no good. Wide left from Basil. So Central York, off the great kickoff return, had some positive plays, but this drive will end with a missed field goal by Nick Basil. So tough drive. You had a couple opportunities where it looks like some Panthers got held, but no call. And Red Lion defense did what they had to do, is they'll get the ball back up 35-21 here with 10 seconds left in the third quarter. And he's been an accurate kicker this year, Basil. Definitely not a miss you expect, but it happens.
And really, the big difference tonight is Red Lion has been finishing drives. Central has issues finishing drives a couple times.
And now Menser takes the ball up the middle. He gets by a tackler, now still fighting, and it'll be brought down and the quarter will end. So that concludes our Maple Donuts third quarter here at the Panthers Stadium at Central York. The Red Lion Lions lead the matchup 35-21. We'll bring you the fourth quarter right after this.
Stony Brook Family Restaurant, located at 3560 East Market Street in York, is open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner from 5 a.m. to 9 p.m. Completely remodeled, Stony Brook is the home of good food and hospitality at reasonable prices. Proudly serving the York area for over 30 years, Stony Brook is family-owned and now also serves beer and wine. For home cooking, homemade soup, steaks, seafood, our famous roasted chicken, or just about anything, visit Stony Brook Family Restaurant, 3560 East Market Street in York.
Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
And back live at Central York, where Red Lion leads by 2 scores, 35-21 over the Central York Panthers. Another good stop on defense for Red Lion. They get the ball back, controlling momentum in this game as we head into the fourth quarter. And last week, as we mentioned, a thrilling come-from-behind win for Central York against Hempfield. See if they can repeat that tonight, as they have an uphill climb going into this fourth quarter down 2 scores.
Yeah, as I said in the last quarter, they did it last year. So it's still there for Central York. They got it. It starts with defense. I don't want to be a broken record, but it starts with their defense making a play here. They're talented kids, that offense. You give them an opportunity, and they'll get you, but Zach Menser, he's been surgical, in a word. He's made the big plays. He's made the long third down conversions. He's done it all this game.
Main target on the passing plays has been Elijah Workinger, the workhorse, tight end, fullback, H-back. And this guy, if Red Lion continues to move the ball like they have in the first 3 quarters, it's about time where Central York needs to come up with some kind of a takeaway and make some kind of a big splash play on defense or special teams and get back into this game
and
close the gap.
Yeah, you've seen it, and it was a completely different look out of the run-pass option. It looked like in the second half. The first half, it was Menser keeping the ball many times. You said it. He's got some great stats at half. And then this time, the defense changed, and they're like, all right, we're going to guard Zach Menser. We can't have that anymore. And it was Ness making some tough runs, breaking tackles, getting through, getting outside, and getting in for the touchdown. They changed it up here. They changed their scheme.
So starting the fourth quarter from their own 27-yard line, Menser in the shotgun, hands off to around the right side to Tyler Ness. Ness gets enough for the first down. He gets out to the 34-yard line, be a gain of 7. And something to keep an eye on as we were at break. Coming into the fourth quarter, number 56, Jared Miller, starting right guard, goes off the field injured. See if that has any impact on the running game. Not much here, as you see, getting 8 yards on 1st and 10 is Tyler Ness around the right side.
Yeah, he's been a different player this half, Tyler Ness. He's motivated. I saw, and the whole press box saw how he celebrated running off the field after he scored the touchdown. He's fired up. I mean, especially last week's crushing loss for them. They weren't expecting that, the big plays. You knew they were going to be fired up, and they're showing it.
Menser back to the line in the shotgun. 2 wide receivers. Tyler Ness split to his left. Panthers crowd the line on 2nd and 2, and a handoff around the right side to Tyler Ness, tripped up by number 8, Mason Myers. Looks like Tyler Ness got enough for the first down. Needed 2 yards. He got 2 yards. First down. Fresh set of downs for this Lions offense. Moving from our right to left, going from the 44-yard line, 10 minutes, 40 seconds left in the fourth quarter. They're trying to run out the clock, up 2 scores. Metzer in the shotgun with 2 wide receivers. And keeps it himself around the left side. He's smacked and brought down at the 48. Teaming up on the tackle, Darnell Johnson and Zaire Cornelius. Bo Pribulia coming in and laying the wood.
And Pribulia, he's not afraid. He laid the wood there. Helmet popped off for Zach Menser, but he's not worried about it. Another positive gain, 4 yards this time. And like you said, you're up 2 scores. You got to keep moving the ball. Positive yards, run this clock out.
Menser back in the shotgun. The handoff around the right side to Ness. He's going to be close to another first down and into Panther territory. Yep, enough for a first down. They needed 6. They got 6. And out to the 46-yard line of the Panthers. Across midfield is the Lions offense.
And it's been a show, really. And Ness, man, he has really come on the second half. These senior captains, you look at those 3, almost like a triangle out there. Sometimes they line up with Menser, Ness, and Workinger. They've carried the load here for this offense. Put it on the old guys.
Again, Menser keeps it around the left side. He has space, breaking tackles, and nobody's going to catch him in to the end zone. And it's a touchdown. No, it's not Menser taking the direct snap. Is number 9, Nick Schultz, coming in and playing quarterback on 46 yards for the touchdown.
Now, flag on the play, but downfield, and there's no look that it's coming back here. There's no walking back. So curious to see what this discussion's about, but play you didn't really expect. Nick Schultz, direct snap, and man, a whole nother dimension of this offense on that play. You talk about expanding the playbook. What do you expect on that one? I mean, this guy has only been holding kicks. He did have a couple good returns, but not really expected there. Now he's got to hold the kick after the touchdown run.
So it's the same zone read play that you've been seeing from Zach Menser and Tyler Ness, running just about perfect execution all night. And now you have Nick Schultz going in there running the play, and he's a tick faster. He's a speedster. He's a tick faster than Menser, and that caught the defense by surprise. Workinger tacks on the extra point. And we'll take a break with 9:17 left in our fourth quarter. The Lions up 42-21 over the Central York Panthers.
Sports injury? Walk into WellSpan Urgent Orthopedics for immediate care. No appointment is ever needed. Our orthopedic and sports medicine specialists are here to treat you. Visit wellspan.org/urgent orthopedics today for hours at our York and Hanover locations.
Listen live, on demand, and on the go. Download the new WOYK app on the Apple and Google Play stores today.
Back at Panther Stadium, here at Central York. Elijah Workinger teeing up for our Fast Signs kickoff. Lions up 3 scores. 9:17 left in the fourth quarter. Gareth Hissong, Brett Petrak with you. Glad you're joining us for this matchup. The Week 4 edition of high school football on WOYK 1350.
And it's been a good one. It's been a lot of fun. Maybe not the score we expected, but I don't know. Something tells me 9:17 is a long time in a football game. I have a weird feeling.
Deep kick by Workinger and fielded at the goal line. Out to the 26 is Darnell Johnson before he is licked by number 5, Kamari Sharp-Scott.
And that was a coaching move. It was Zaire Cornelius returning most of the game, but when Johnson got in there, you saw the 68-yard explosive return to get Central York into good field position, and he's been the man again on that kick. So, an early change that, if you look at his average, has proved dividends in this half, but got to see what Perbula and his squad can do here.
Pribula goes 1st and 10 from the 27-yard line. Drops back to pass. Looks down the middle and in and out of the hands of his target, Zaire Cornelius. Incomplete. 2nd and 10. Just off the fingertips of Zaire Cornelius. Running the skinny post across the middle. Cade Pribula leading him just a tick too much.
You see number 16 Marcus Williams in the game. Reserve wide receiver.
Pribula to throw the screen. Warner has it. Crosses the 30. Met and brought down at the 33-yard line. Making a hit is Elijah Workinger on defense.
And maybe that was a little bit of a tip. Getting Williams in there, more physical, plays cornerback position. Hits pretty hard, and he'll get his one play in on the screen, and little Perbula, checks back in.
Gain of 6 on the screen. 3rd and 4 for Pribula. Out of the shotgun. Looks to his right, rolls to his left. Pressure coming back to his right. Evades pressure, buying time with his feet. And rolls out. He's going to keep it himself. And gets just enough for the first down before he's knocked out of bounds by Elijah Workinger.
Wow. A big-time hit there into a lot of trees out on the bench in Red Lion. But that just shows you he can make some plays. Brady Royer back there, really for the whole play, just juking him out of his shoes and getting just enough for the first down. Actually, they're going to mark him a yard short. He'll be 4th.
So not enough for the first down, and it's 4th and a chain link from the 37. Pribula catches the snap, throws it out to his left, and finds his wide receiver for the first down. And a gain of 6 is Taylor Wright Rawls. The sophomore receiver making a big impact on tonight's game with 2 receiving touchdowns. And one of the favorite targets of Cade Pribula.
He's been great today. No matter the score, he's shown you a lot.
Pribula now in a shotgun with 3 wide receivers. He looks to pass, throws it downfield for Taylor Wright Rawls and overshoots the receiver. A flag on the play. We're going to expect defensive pass interference or holding from Kobe Martin, who was matched up with the speedy Taylor Wright Rawls.
And the sarcastic clap now from the fans and student section at Central York, as there was a couple of calls on that last drive that they thought a little bit of contact, but there's the call.
Defensive pass interference. Walk-off 15, go into Lion territory, and it'll be 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line for the Central York Panthers. 8 minutes remaining in the ball game, down 3 scores, 42-21. Pribula barks orders. In the shotgun, 3 wide receivers, 1 tight end set. Pressure and hit in the backfield. The ball is loose. Scooped up. And taking it into the end zone is Devontae Dennison on the 48-yard fumble return. Great play by this Lions defense and sealing essentially this ballgame.
Yeah, that'll just about do it. There's the first time you really saw pressure flying into Prabula from his blind side. And any quarterback, that's an incredibly tough ball to hold on to. But we talked about how much speed these ends have. Devontae Dennis, yards and yards ahead of everyone, makes this lead seem insurmountable for the Lions.
Elijah's here to tack on the extra point, splits the uprights. And it is a type of game where the wheels are falling off, and we're not going to see much response from this Central York offense after a big hit like that. We expected that drive. They really needed to do something there and get on the board.
I mean, how animated was that Red Lion bench on that play? That had to bring you back a little bit there, because I never even played football, but that got me excited seeing the coaches, the players. I mean, you think that's unthinkable. You hit the best quarterback in this league and have him fumble like that, but that team was.
And you saw the blitz coming off the edge to his backside. You saw defender had a clear hit on the quarterback. Ball pops loose, and you just eruption. You just heard a roar from the visiting crowd, the visiting stands, and that visiting sideline. The Lions fired up, charged up, as Devontae Dennis returned the fumble for 48 yards and a score.
And if you're Devontae Dennis, that's the defensive end's dream, the scoop and score, let alone in a rivalry game against arguably coming in the best team in Division I, if you look at everything in the teams they played. So this was it's something special for Red Lion tonight.
Deep kick for Workinger. Going to be fielded at the 2-yard line, out across the 20, the 25. And he'll be brought down there as Syer Cornelius on the return.
Uh-oh.
It looks like he's down after the play. So we'll take a break while the trainers check out Syer Cornelius, and we'll be back after this.
Watt Barbershop has 2 barbers with over 75 years of combined expert experience. Watt Barbershop has 2 licensed barbers who have done hair replacement demonstrations all over the country. There's only one answer, and that's Iacono's. Located at 2030 South Queen Street in York, this family-owned business has been serving York since 1972. For hair replacements, for chemo and fashion wigs for men and women, for a relaxing grooming experience, and for the best in the business, visit or call Iacono's at 854-8258.
First in York, first in sports. Sports Radio 1350, WOIK.
Back at Panther Stadium, Central York High School, where we sit with 7 minutes 42 seconds remaining in our ball game, which is brought to you by WellSpan Sports Medicine. Just following up the kickoff return that was after a 48 fumble return, which made this a 4-score game. We did not expect either of these teams to be up by 4 scores.
No, coming in, no way. But Red Line, if it's if it may be the scheme or the game plan, or if it's just Jesse Shea after a loss, I mean it's kind of unbelievable. Zaire Cornelius gets looked at for a apparent leg injury. Hope everything's okay there.
Gareth Hissong and Brett Petrak with you here on the the 1350 WOIK High School Football Game of the Week. Can be found on WOIK Preps, the YouTube channel. New channel for high school sports. You can access on WOIK1350.com. And the new WOIK app, which you can find on the Apple Store and Google Play Store alike.
And Cornelius walking off here. It's a good sign.
Next week, we will be at Dallastown, Northeastern Bobcats. And tomorrow morning, join Steve Navaroli at 9 a.m. for Central PA game day. Get all the local sports action. Brett Petrak will be there.
That I will.
Oh, coming out of the injury timeout, Cade Prybula, 1st and 10, looks to throw, tosses it downfield. Taylor Wright Rawls, the intended receiver. Good coverage on him. Cade Prybula is just going to throw it away out of the reach of Wright Rawls.
You take some shots here. Nazarenas was there step for step. Good play. I mean, the safety knows, you saw what Wright Rawls has done in this game. But, you just got to get some positive plays here. See what you can do if you're Central.
Prybula back in the shotgun with 3 wide receivers. Hands it off around the right side. Nothing doing as big number 63, Spencer Stevens. We talked about him, 6'10", 370. Comes in and makes the tackle.
He is a big fella. I mean, I don't know if we'll see anyone bigger than him, but he's been kept quiet most of the game. But on that play, had Werner. And that's a tackle that Werner, granted he's been running great all game, running real hard, is going to be tough to break.
3rd and 11 for the senior quarterback. Cade Prybula, 3 wide receivers. To the near side, he throws it for Taylor Wright Rawls. And he makes the catch. Is it enough for the first down?
That's going to be close.
Out to the 38-yard line. It looks like he's just shy. So they'll mark it.
Well,
maybe they need to measure. Nope, they're going to give him the first down.
They're arguing with each other here. The FAR judge says short. And I don't know. Oh, they're going to give him a first down. Well, miscommunication there from our referees, who we will not name, in the respect of the agreement that you made pregame.
Got to stand by my word. Prybula rolls out to his left. He's going to keep it and gets about 8 yards on the scramble. Chased out of bounds by Justin Dillon. There's 6 minutes, 36 seconds remaining in the ball game. 2nd and 2 from the 46-yard line. Prybula getting the shotgun, 3 wide receivers, 2 to the top, 1 to the near side. Prybula fires to his left, has his receiver, makes a move, getting into Lion territory and diving down to the 43-yard line. On the reception is Mason Myers. And that'll be a gain of 14. First catch of the night for Myers. Prybula give up the middle. Looks like it's going to be close to a first down. Number 10 is Brendan Harris. Getting close to the first down. Out to the 34-yard line of red line. Prybula from the shotgun. 3 receivers to his right. And throws out of the backfield to number 10, Brendan Harris, and he's making people miss. He's down to the 19-yard line. A nice pickup of 15 yards. So Cade spreading it around a little bit. And fakes the handoff. Cade throws out to the left side. Mason Myers on the swing pass. It's a gain of about 7. Gain of 8. Prybula in the Wreckers Carpet red zone, gives the handoff up the middle, and untouched into the end zone is number 10, Brendan Harris. 12-yard touchdown run. So a heavy dose of Brendan Harris on this offensive possession for the Central York Panthers. We'll see Nick Basil step out to tackle on the extra point. Holder Bo Pribula. Operations are good. Kick is up. Nick Basil puts it through. Cuts it to a 3-score lead. Red line up 49-28 over the Central York Panthers.
It's good to see Basil, making it after he missed the field goal. Uncommon for him, but good to see him chalk that one through. And we'll get to see him attempt an onside kick, the first one we've seen while calling one of these games. You ever have your team recover an onside kick when you played?
I can't remember a time we had a successful onside kick.
It's tough. It's arguably, do you think is it the toughest play in football, you think? When you consider the circumstance, the pressure, and just the body mechanics you need to get that play off?
It can depend on the kicker.
Really?
If you have a kicker that can just pinpoint where he's going to go with it, and, really it's sometimes depends how you like to do it. If you have some guys that can, you might not want to dribble at 10 yards. You might want it to hit the ground, spike up, and try to catch it somewhere around 15 yards.
It was always a play I thought is the least likely play in football, other than the Hail Mary, but it's tough.
So you'll have some guys kind of lead up and try to just take out the guys on the return team, and the second guy come in and make. Here comes the onside kick from Basil. Sidestep and skies it. It's going to be caught there by Tyler Ness, the 35. He makes a few moves out to the 38-yard line.
You do that route, you got to get some serious height on that thing.
So the Lions come out with 5 minutes remaining in our ball game. The 39-yard line. Up 3 scores. Expect this defense of the Panthers to be ripping at the ball, trying to get a takeaway. And back in at quarterback is Nick Schultz. Junior, 6 foot, 175 pounds. He gives to Tyler Ness around the right side. Making the stop for the defense is outside linebacker Keelan Stroman after a gain of 3.
And Stroman worked himself back into the game. Initially started game one when we were here against West York. We were told he wasn't going to start today. He got replaced by Will Van Dyke, but he's made some plays. He's had his number called a few times up here, so impactful player off the bench today for the Panthers.
Back out in the gun is Schultz. He's going to keep it up the left side, and he's going to be cut down at the 49 by Darnell Johnson. That's going to be enough for a first down. Gain of 8.
He's got good straight line speed, Nick Schultz.
Good.
Yeah.
He's got great
great
straight line speed. Remember that first carry he had on the night was a 46-yard touchdown run on the last possession for Redline.
Not to take anything away from what Zach Menser can do on the ground, but two different styles of runners.
Just about the midfield stripe, snap, and the handoff goes to Tyler Ness. He'll keep it just off tackle. He'll dive ahead for what looks to be a gain of 4. 2nd and 6. And that's going to get the ball into Panther territory. The Panther 47-yard line. Three minutes, 30 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter. 2nd and 6 for Redline. They'll let the play clock tick down. 6 seconds, 5 seconds. Snap to Schultz. A handoff around the right side to Tyler Ness. The Lions continue to work the clock. A nice 4-yard gain on 2nd and 6. Brings up 3rd and 2 for the Lions.
The fans, the band, loyal as they come. Still rooting for the Panthers here in a tough game.
Panthers show pressure, but we'll get a flag before the play gets off. False start against the Lions.
Or that'd be a false start, a legal shift. We'd be getting the same motion from our judge here. But all in all, I think that it was a very well officiated game today. So we can give them credit. We've said their names. They did a great job today.
Great job, referee Danny Carl, umpire Jay Kipp, linesman Roland Bosman, line judge the Johnny Walker, and back judge Rich Crazy Legs DeLauder.
Yeah.
They're a fun bunch.
Nothing crazy, yeah.
So here we go for 3rd and 7 from the 48-yard line of the Panthers. It'll be kept around the right side, spinning for a first down. There's the backup quarterback, Nick Schultz. Had an impressive time taking snaps at quarterback. An explosive play. We saw him run for a 46-yard touchdown. And we see him there run for 10 yards and a first down.
Yeah, running right up the middle, the RPO. And this is, looking past this game for Redline, this is going to be a dangerous bunch. With those three, Workinger, Ness, and Zach Menser.
Here's Schultz with 5 seconds left on the play clock. Takes a snap, hands it to the right side, Tyler Ness. So back and forth, wax on, wax off, hand off to the right, keep it to the left. As we see the Lion offense doing a good job of just working the clock as it ticks down to 1:35 seconds remaining in our broadcast in this football game. Beautiful night here at Central York. Temperature slips under 70 degrees. Schultz, take a snap. He'll keep it around the left side. He has some room. He's going to cross the 25, inside the 20, brought down at the 12. That's where he's going to be taken out of bounds. Teaming up to push him out of bounds is Jack Smith and Judah Tome.
And not that it would matter a lot, but in that situation, you got to try to stay in bounds when you're on clock killing mode. But when you break off a big run like that, it's hard to tell a high school football player, hey, get down. Don't get more yards, especially when you're trying to really get your most time in here as the backup.
Clock stops at 1:10 inside the Weckers carpet red zone. Schultz is going to give the ball at the right side to Tyler Ness, and he will take it 12 yards to pay dirt. Another touchdown for Redline. They continue to pull away from the Central York Panthers.
55-28. Man. A second game we've called now with a double nickel score. York Kai McCaskey being the other one. That's 49, I'm sorry. The scoreboard operator is moving faster than I am.
The extra point is good.
Oh, it is 55. I was right.
And we'll take a break, come back, and wrap up this fourth quarter as Redline leads, commanding 56-28 over Central York.
Get your football party started with great Best Yet products from your neighborhood Sure Save markets. Pick up party platters with $18.93 deli items. Team up Best Yet hot dogs and hamburgers with Best Yet rolls. Get Best Yet 12 packs of soda and Best Yet Rising Crust pizzas at Sobel's Markets in Shrewsbury, Stewartstown, Whiteford, and East York, and Nell's Market Fresh Foods in Spry.
Back at Central York. So we are watching the Red Lion Lions roll over Central York Panthers. And wow, we did not expect this.
No, not at all. I mean, Really, a game you thought would be a lot closely contested, but Red Lion, they came out and handled business.
Working on our Fast Signs kickoff. He kicks it deep. It'll be fielded inside, just inside the end zone, an automatic touchback. I'd be remiss if I did not mention that local sports on WOYK are also brought to you by the 12th Ward Independent Democratic Club and Elks Lodge 1592 in Red Line, the Shiloh American Legion Post 791, Waynesboro Moose Lodge 1191, and Prince Athletic Association.
Yeah, an opportunity to do one more thing right if you're the Central York Panthers. Run a couple plays, some yards, but Red Lion's going to take a timeout. Up 28 with 1 minute and 4 seconds left. Coach said saw something he didn't like.
It feels like this lead of 4 scores just it was almost like it crept up on us. It doesn't seem like Red Lion dominated that much, but just the surety and execution and lack of mistakes throughout the game, you've seen them pull away.
Yeah, it's really all it's about. They limited the mistakes. They made the big plays on the big downs, and you don't really notice it, but there's 3rd and 3s, 3rd and 2s, running the ball with Ness. I mean, there was no resistance this half. It was tough. Yeah, it was definitely tough for Central York. You saw a little bit in the first half. You had a 4th down, but this half, it was all Tyler Ness.
Bula back in the shotgun, takes a snap and a handoff around the right side. Still fighting for yards out to the 27-yard line. There's number 32, Isaiah Sturgis, a sophomore. Clocks in at 5'9", $170. He'll get a gain of 7. .40 seconds remaining in the 4th quarter. Bula gets a snap, handoff around the left side, exploding past the 1st down and out, still on his feet, out to the 49-yard line. This guy's fun to watch, like lightning in a bottle. Brendan Harris.
Yeah, he stuck number 7, George Stuck, in the ground there with a huge truck stick, one that'll be on his huddle tape, definitely. On that long run from Harris.
Clock ticks down under 20 seconds. And 1st and 10 from the 49-yard line. Another handoff around the right side. This is going to go to Isaiah Sturgis. And that will wrap up our ball game. That's how we'll close out as Red Lion comes in to Panther Stadium and gets a decisive win, 56-28 over the Central York Panthers, who we thought had a lot of promise this year and really thought this would be a much closer contested game. We'll take a break and we'll come back, wrap things up here with our Penn State York post-game show.
Sports injury? Walk into WellSpan Urgent Orthopedics for immediate care. No appointment is ever needed. Our orthopedic and sports medicine specialists are here to treat you. Visit wellspan.org/urgent orthopedics today for hours at our York and Hanover locations.
Hi, this is Steve Navaroli. Join me Saturday mornings at 9 for Central PA Game Day, presented by Neighborhood Sure Save Markets, right here on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. Tune in each week as we break down the latest in high school sports, including Friday night's big games, the week's top performers, and the rest of the sports scene, both locally and nationally. Central PA Game Day, presented by Neighborhood Sure Save Markets, Saturdays at 9 on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
The home for local sports. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
And back here at Panthers Stadium as the Red Lion Lions come in. big time here and win 56-28 on the road in the Division I league opener. And Gareth, a game we didn't see being that lopsided. We talked about the promise Central York has, and they still do. And Division I, it was fit to be very, very competitive, but Red Lion gets the early go and the early check in the win column. And now we're going to look at our player of the game, brought to you by SureSave Neighborhood Markets. Player of the game, I don't know, Gareth. I would have to say you have to give it to the man that leads the pack, and that would be quarterback Zach Menser. You know, he was unbelievable on the ground today. Ton of rushing yards, right up the middle on the outside. But you know, those plays he made, the third down throw to the end zone to Eric Pfizer, and the second third down throw to Eric Pfizer on the 1 yard line. He made some really big throws when it counts. And I thought he was great today. And in a matchup when you go against a guy that everyone would consider the best quarterback in our league, Zach Menser came to shine, and he handled business as a first-year starter on this team.
Yeah, he did a great job, 136 yards on the ground and about 120 yards through the air, 2 touchdowns, throwing the ball, 2 touchdowns, running the ball, no interceptions, took care of the ball tonight, commanded the offense, did a great job. And I kind of wondered, you know, looking at Zach Menser taking over at the helm, last few years at quarterback, Red Lions had some guys that could do it both with their legs and their arm. I didn't think Menser was that kind of guy. I thought he was more of a just fine, you know, not he's not going to lose it for you. But tonight, he came out and he made the plays to win the game.
Yeah, and that's the kind of quarterback system you think that these guys are game managers for Red Lion, if you will. But no, he made some plays. He took some shots. He got aggressive, and yeah, he was awesome. There's no doubt about it. He's easy pick for the SureSave Neighborhood Markets player of the game. But I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe the score. You know, I think there's a lot to learn if you're Central York. And when you have a team like this that goes off and has some games against teams that have been getting, you know, beat up pretty bad with New Oxford and Southwestern, you could hop back out on the right side of things. You know, not to discredit what those teams have doing. They go through practice every day too, but they just haven't been as good, you know. You can right the ship right when you're a team this dynamic and you see those 2 games on the schedule, I feel like.
Well, and here's the thing is, it's tough to say this after seeing the score that we saw tonight, but this is a very good Central York Panther football team. They beat Cumberland Valley, tough team. So for them, and they beat Hempfield in a thrilling come-from-behind victory. I still think there's a lot for them to do this year. Again, it's tough to open up division play with a rivalry like this and a team with the caliber of Red Lion, but there's still a lot of football left. And this Division I think we're going to see a big battle, and it's going to take up until Week 10 to see how things are going to shake in the postseason.
Yeah, and that's the way you look at it. You have here, you know, you look at it, the last 2 weeks of the season, you're going to face Dallastown and York High. And between Central, Dallastown, York High, and Red Lion, if you go 3-1, you know, you're going to win. You're going to go. You could lose one. You know, it'd be really tough for any of these teams to go 4-0 in Division I. So 3-1 gets you at least a share if you think about it. So I mean, there's a lot to learn from this one, and you know they're going to be ready when they have to face 2 of the tougher opponents. Not to put anything past them with what they have to do before those games, but just looking ahead. I mean, this is arguably, we've heard it from people before. You know, fans, writers. This is the best Central York's been in a while. So you know. Tough game, but nothing to hang your head on. You got to get back out there and keep, you know, showing people why people regarded you as, and writers regarded you as, the best team in Division I.
Yeah, I think another thing is I think you see the attitude really show up tonight, because when you come off of a tough loss like Red Lion did at Chambersburg, where just, again, you drive down to Franklin County. It's a long drive. It's a rain delay before you start the game. Then the ball doesn't bounce your way. You give up big play. Just nothing is going your way. So you come in, you're frustrated. You prepare your rear end off all week, and you have that chip on your shoulder, and you can't wait to get back on the field and wipe off that feeling and that loss and that misery from the week before. And I think that really showed up tonight. I think that attitude of, I don't want to have that feeling of losing again.
No, absolutely not. It's, you know, it's what you said. You know, you don't like losing, and you lose tough games like that. But you know, I think it's something to be said. I talked about it with Steve Navaroli last Saturday on our show, and he talked about over the years, your Red Lion after a loss is one of the most dangerous teams in the entire league. And maybe it takes
the Nav would know.
The Nav would know. He's been here. He's been here a while, but you have to see it firsthand, and we saw it today.
And really, you think about it with Central. I mean, with that come from behind win, they were battle tested, but there's just that mentality of refusing to lose. I refuse to lose, and coming in with that chip on your shoulder. And Red Lion really illustrated that tonight.
Yeah, I think so too, but I don't think we've seen the last of Central York. But we'll go one more break here on our broadcast. We'll come back with the post-game scoreboard presented by WellSpan Sports Medicine.
Get your football party started with great Best Yet products from your neighborhood Sure Save markets. Pick up party platters with $18.93 deli items. Team up Best Yet hot dogs and hamburgers with Best Yet rolls. Get Best Yet 12 packs of soda and Best Yet Rising Crust pizzas at Sobel's Markets in Shrewsbury, Stewartstown, Whiteford, and East York, and Nell's Market Fresh Foods in Sprague.
Remember when an app was listen only? Oh yeah, that was kind of us, wasn't it? Well, we have a new app. Download the new WOYK app on the Apple and Google Play stores and take Sports Radio 1350 on the go like never before. Listen on the go like always, and now get easier access to archived games and programs on demand. Watch WOYK game broadcasts on YouTube and so much more. Search the new WOYK on the Apple and Google Play stores and download today. First in York. First in sports.
Local sports on WOYK are brought to you by Maple Donuts, a family tradition since 1946.
And back here at our post-game show presented by Penn State York, we take a look around the league and see how other YAIA teams lined up today. And it was a lot of blowouts, kind of like this one. But we'll start with Galone Catholic. Gareth Hissong's alma mater. They win 55-0 over York Tech. A game that we pretty much saw a score looking like that with how well the Loons playing. Dover 28, Susquehannock 7. Dover gets to 500 at 2-2. Susquehannock drops to 1-3. Biggerville and Fairfield are currently in the 22-21 matchup. No idea how much time's left there. Biggerville leads 22-21. Gettysburg beat West York 42-22. Bermudian Springs shuts out Hanover 41-0. Northeastern beats Spring Grove 35-21. Dallastown wins back-to-back games and fights back to 500 at 35-7 win over Southwestern. York Catholic gridlocked currently 22-19 with Littlestown. Still in the fourth quarter, still time left. Again, no idea how much, but that could be a crazy finish. York High puts up 71 on New Oxford, 71-14. That game's still not over, believe it or not. And York Suburban 49, Eastern York 7. And that does it for our post-game scoreboard presented by WellSpan Sports Medicine. Gareth, you see the game today, 56-28, Red Lion wins. Do you have any final thoughts before we sign off?
I really like what you said. I don't think we've seen the last of Central York. And coming into this game, not only knowing what the players, we talked about X's and O's, not only knowing what the Wheelies and Joes can do on these teams, these players for both these teams are very exciting. A lot of talent on the perimeter, a lot of playmakers, a lot of speed, not to mention a lot of size in the trenches, what you want from an all-around football team really put together. But more importantly, these coaches, Jesse Shea and Josh Oswalt, you know they're not going to give up. You know what kind of coaches they are. You know that you're not going to see Central go away after this game. So back to what you said, we're going to see a lot more of Central York.
Yeah, imagine you saw what Red Lion did after their loss, but can only imagine what Central does. But that about does it for us here from Panthers Stadium. For Gareth Hissong, Brett Petrak, we'll see you next week as Northeastern takes on Dallastown. Tune in on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Thank you for listening to WOYK's High School Football Game of the Week, presented by WellSpan Sports Medicine, the official healthcare and sports medicine provider of the York Revolution, bringing you the best of the York Adams League every Friday night. Listen on the go with the WOYK app and online at WOYK1350.com.
And make sure to tune in every Saturday morning at 9 for Central PA Game Day with Steve Navaroli, presented by Neighborhood Sure Save Markets, your source for a full look at all of Friday night's action. High school football plays here on York's home for local sports. Now, we rejoin our regularly scheduled programming already in progress on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK, York.